welcome to a beautiful day in Santa Monica. We are at Memorial Park. I'm Aaron Goldstein. This is my partner, Charlie Hobart, and we got a great matchup for baseball today. Now, Charlie, tell us about it.
Well, these are two teams that have fought really hard all season. They both went through slides. I talked to a couple of the players. They've seen the highs and the lows throughout the season, but they both ended on a good note and had good postseasons, Aaron.
Now, Charlie, how does momentum affect this game today?
I think momentum affects this game tremendously. It's going to affect both teams because they're both very confident. The Angels played 3 games in the postseason, and they won all 3 of them. They swept the postseason, so their confidence is going to be very high. The Orioles, on the other hand, had a 7-run comeback in the final inning of their last game. That's going to get you pumped, and if that doesn't give you confidence, I don't know what does.
Exactly, Charlie. Well, we'll be back in a few minutes. See you in the booth.
Orioles head coach, manager Kevin Smith. The manager for the Angels, Peter McCormick. And first out of the dugout for the Orioles, number 5, Vincent Gormley. From the Angels, number 10, Brendan McCormick. From the Orioles, number 3, Declan Forrest. And from the Angels, number 5, Dylan Walker. From the Orioles, number 9, Duncan Mahoney. And from the Angels, number 11, Ben Walker. From the Orioles, number 10, DJ Bevan. From the Angels, number 4, Aaron Smolens. From the Orioles, number 7, Dominic Ariola. And from the Angels, number 7, Augie Abrams. From the Orioles, number 8, Cameron Cohan. And from the Angels, number 8, Dominic Caspian. From the Orioles, number 4, Cole Thompson. And from the Angels, number 12, Evan Watson. From the Orioles, number 1, Theo Smith. And from the Angels, number 2, Jack Perez. From the Orioles, number 2, Wyatt Piers. And from the Angels, number 9, Marco Caspian. From the Orioles, number 6, George Harris. And from the Angels, number 6, Matthew Santoro. From the Orioles, number 11, Jasper Ford. And from the Angels, number 3, Clyde Applegate. And from the Orioles, number 12, Oliver Mather. ladies and gentlemen, we'd also like to acknowledge the umpires today. Handling home plate responsibilities, Dave Eby. And handling first base, Rich Burris. Handling second base, Mitch Eby. And handling third base, Rich Motel. And with that, we'd like to ask the captains from each team to step out to the middle of the field and help lead your teammates in the Little League Pledge. Caps off, please. Thanks, kids. If you'll remain there for just a moment, we'd like to also, I'll lead the rest of the group here, parents and volunteers, in the Little League Parent and Volunteer Pledge. If you'll repeat after me, I will teach all children to play fair and do their best. I will positively support all managers, coaches, and players. I will respect the decisions of the umpire. I will praise a good effort despite the outcome of the game. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now we will move along to our national anthem, which, keep your caps off, please. The national anthem singers today are Sarah Linnos and Elizabeth Schmelzer. Both are members of the Elemental Choir and After-School Chorus for 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, part of the nonprofit organization Elemental Music. The Elemental Choir is an audition group which rehearses throughout the year with multiple performances and special opportunities for young singers, and they're both under the tutelage of Jesse Gravel. Thank you, Jesse.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well done. Thank you, girls.
Hello,
Good luck to both
everybody,
teams.
and welcome to Santa Monica, California. We are at Memorial Park, and we are going to bring you some Little League baseball. It is the 2017 Santa Monica Little League Championship in the Majors Division. We just wrapped up the Little League Pledge and the National Anthem, so we're just about ready for baseball. And I'm not alone. I'm with Aaron Goldstein. How are you, Aaron?
I am awesome, Chuck. So we just got through our first game with the Minors Division Championship. It was a thrilling game with the White Sox prevailing against the Pirates by a final score of 5-4. And now we got what is hyped up to be an even better game with the Angels against the Orioles. Now, Chuck, who's pitching for the Angels?
Who's pitching for the Angels? None other than Ben Walker. Ben, okay, aside from him being a player, he's the sweetest guy you'll ever meet. I love the kid. On the field, though, he's a monster. He's a tall guy. He's got some pop in his bat. He can throw for some power. He can throw and hit for power. I mean, this guy's got it all. He's a great fielder. He's got kind of a funky delivery. As you can see, he doesn't fully extend his arm.
Ben Walker on the mound.
He kind of keeps it near his ear, his throwing arm. Watch this. So it's a little weird, but, you know, whatever works for you. If you ever seen Hunter Pence play, the guy's the most unathletic human on the planet, and he's making millions of dollars in the MLB.
Exactly, and Charlie, one of the things that I like about Walker is just his power. He's a guy who throws very hard. He's athletic off the mound. He's always hitting. He brings his A game day in and day out, and I'm really pumped to see him pitch. What I really like about Walker, though, is how high he gets on the mound. If you watch his leg kick, it reminds me of a Tim Lincecum type. His leg gets very high, and he's really using his lower body. I think that's something that's very important, especially nowadays with all these injuries to young pitchers. It's important that you use your lower body to the fullest of its capabilities.
Absolutely. All right, we are just about ready for baseball. Dominic Caspian doing the catching. He fires down to second, and we are ready to go. So leading off for the Orioles is Vincent Gormley, number 5. Aaron, what do you like about Vincent?
Batting for the Orioles, number 5, Vincent Gormley.
A bit spread out. He makes good contact, and as he takes strike one, he's got the toe tap as a leg kick. I like the Evo shield he's rocking right now. But he puts the ball in play. He's got speed. He's a solid guy to have at the top of the order, but Ben Walker, his brother is Sam. Ben Walker's just pumping in fastballs. He wants to get this inning over with as that one's low.
That one just missed away. Walker starting off good, just pouring in 2 fastballs for strikes, hoping he can keep that one going. If you saw the Minors Championship, that was fun, but these are the big boys. These guys are going to KU. Strike 3. Already one down on a strikeout. These are the big guys. These are the guys that hit it over the wall.
Exactly.
Up the bat for the Orioles, number
Charlie,
3,
what we were
Declan
talking
Forrest.
about as Declan steps in the box is a power pitcher, and that's exactly what Walker is. He's a power pitcher. He doesn't mess around. That's already strike 1. He's throwing cheddar, and you better believe that his manager, McCormick, loves what he's seeing so far.
Oh, yeah. Ben Walker facing his counterpart, Declan Forrest, also starting on the mound for the Orioles as he fouls that one off, and he is quickly down 0-2. Walker already doing a good job of getting ahead of hitters.
Exactly.
So here comes the 0-2. Just missed him away. The count is 1-2.
Walker isn't messing around. He's throwing a lot of strikes, consistent strikes, and he's only got 7 pitches, and he already has 2 outs as Declan goes down.
Punches him out. 2 away and 8 pitches.
Batting for the
6
Orioles,
total
number
strikes.
9,
Ben Walker off to a good
Duncan
start, and
Mahoney.
now here comes Duncan Mahoney. You know a little bit about Duncan. You played with him.
Duncan played on the championship-winning Tigers team with me and a few others. Duncan starts a bit open. He's got a nice leg kick, and he's just looking to hack. He does a great job of keeping his hands back. That's something that a lot of guys have trouble with. Duncan keeps his hands back. He stays within himself. Doesn't wear batting gloves. Just a good
school.
all-around hitter.
Yeah, you mentioned he was on the Tigers championship team that you were on. Let's not forget he was on the Orioles championship team last year. He's going for his 3rd championship.
All the guy does is win,
He's contagious.
no matter what.
Everything he touches turned to gold, and he's already had 3-0 on Walker, a guy who's been pouring in strikes.
Exactly. Walker has to be careful with Duncan.
He's a
He is
big kid.
deadly.
Here he comes. Smacks that one into left field. That's a nice piece of hitting, and it rolls through the legs of the left fielder. Mahoney, with his big strides, will stomp into second with a double.
Oh, Mahoney just is hacking 3-0, which is what you like to see from guys. That's something
Batting
that I've
for
been
the
preaching,
Orioles, number 10,
and I think
DJ
should be
Bevan.
incorporated more. Swing, if you're confident, swing 3-0. That's what he did, and he roped it into the left.
Honestly, taking 3-0 automatically, I can't stand it. Up the middle, this is going to be trouble. They're going to wave Mahoney around. Here's the throw to the plate. It's a good one, but it's not in time, and Mahoney scores. And the Orioles are quickly ahead 1-0 on a DJ Bevan RBI single.
A good piece. He stayed up the middle, and that was just a shot.
So 2 pitches, 2 straight pitches. Mahoney
Now
double.
batting number 7,
Bevan
Dominic
single.
Ariola.
And now Dominic Ariola is stepping in to hit.
This Orioles lineup scares me a little. They're deep, and they got a lot of guys who can do damage.
Got a lot of depth in that order.
Dom being one of them as he takes a strike on the outside corner. Walker, after making the first 2 batters look foolish almost, has had some trouble here, but he's quickly ahead 0-2. That's one thing about Walker. He will be working quickly.
Oh, yeah. A pitcher that works quickly on the same page with his catcher for 90% of the game, that's the pitcher that's going to get a win. And one of the things that you said is I love about baseball is Walker got the first 2 batters in 8 pitches and struck out both of them, and then a couple pitches later he's down 1-0. That's how quick the game will turn on you.
Exactly. Well, he just
a
went
bender in there.
He just went curveball, and all Dom could do was head back to the dugout and tip
He had
your
no
cap.
chance at
That's
that
a
one.
beauty.
So Walker strikes out the side, but the Orioles do get a run on a double and a single from Mahoney and Bevan, and lead at 1-0 after a half inning. So we're going to go to the bottom of the first, and I'm going to take you to the field of the Baltimore Orioles. So starting on the mound is Declan Forrest. Catching number 1 is Mr. Theo Smith. At first, number 9, Duncan Mahoney. And at second, number 4, Vincent Gormley. We're going to take it across the diamond to number 5. Dominic Ariola is playing third, and 6 is Cole Thompson at shortstop, another member of that Orioles championship team.
Thompson is he's a great fielder. He's versatile. He moves well. He's just a player that you want to have in your lineup.
He's a good all-around guy. And then we move to the outfield. On left field, it's going to be Wyatt Pierce. Manning down center is Cameron Cohen. My bad. And in right field is DJ Bevan. So that's your Orioles field. And leading off for the Angels is going to be Brendan McCormick, Mr. Peter McCormick's son.
Exactly. McCormick has some genes in the league, as his brother James McCormick played in the league, was very effective. And now he's carrying the torch with the Angels.
Oh, yes, he is. So last year in the Orioles-Angels championship, the Orioles came out on top by mercy rule. The Angels really don't want a repeat of that.
No,
so they're going to try to prevent that in every way they can.
Well, Charlie, tell us a little bit about the starting pitcher tonight for the Orioles.
Declan Forrest, he's been good for them all season. You know, he's a good guy who can go deep into ball games. He works pretty quickly, so Declan Forrest, if you can get 3 3.3 innings out of him, if you can get him into the 4th inning, I think that's a quality start from Forrest.
I agree with that. Forrest has been very effective this year, as you see the nice throw down.
From Theo Smith.
Smith, the brother of Henry Smith.
For the Angels.
There's so many brothers in this league. It's like they're all over the place.
Brendan McCormick.
All right, Brendan McCormick will get things going for the Halos. Declan Forrest on the bump, ready to deliver the first pitch. Here he comes. Missed him high and in, and it is 1-0. That's how the Orioles get it going in the field.
Charlie, for Forrest, I'd say what I say to every pitcher. Pound the zone and fire strikes. Because this lineup is good, but you can't be walking them. You gotta throw strikes and make them beat you if they're going to beat you.
I hear that. My one thing is you can't pound the zone a little too much. If you catch a little too much of the plate against some of these hitters, they're gonna make you pay for it. It might take you deep. So you gotta be careful. Yes, pound the zone, throw strikes. Just be a little more careful.
Yes, that's fair.
So the 2-1 from Forrest. Missing with the off-speed high, and it is 3-1.
See, I don't like going off speed on 2-1. Even if you want to mix things up a little, it's the leadoff hitter. Just get a strike in there, make it 2-2. However, he did not do that. 3-1. Here's the pitch. That's low, ball 4. Seems like he overthrew that one a bit.
Declan Forrest, he can throw hard, but if he tries to throw a little too hard, not going to work.
Exactly.
Now batting.
See, there
For
are
the
very
Angels,
few
number 5,
instances where people
Dylan
like
Walker.
Aroldis Chapman can throw 103 and still throw strikes.
Exactly. And if you take a look at guys like Dallas Keuchel, as
The guy who throws 88 tops.
right, as that ball goes in the dirt, McCormick's heading for second, he'll make it without a throw. So the Angels, just like that, have a runner on second with nobody gone.
Dylan Walker
first.
is now batting. Son of Kyle Walker, another coach. He's coaching third. McCormick is on first. The 1-0 is missed high and it's 2-0, and Forrest not hitting the zone.
Dallas Keuchel throws 88, 89 tops, but he's
He's got nasty
locates
stuff.
his fastball, and he's got a lot of nasty stuff. Exactly. As that ball trips away,
That ball's
runners-
rolling towards third. Is he going to try and
runners
score?
coming to
Gormley's going to put the brakes on at third.
good decision by Coach there at
Walker.
third, Coach Walker at third, as you do not want to send him when the pitcher hasn't thrown a strike yet.
Yeah.
Hasn't thrown a strike to this batter yet, and you got the heart of your order coming up with
Oh, yeah.
no outs.
You cannot make the first out. You know what they say? You can't make the first out at third. You can't make the first out at home either.
Yeah.
That's a killer.
My ideas are you can't make the first, second, or third out on the bases.
Oh, yeah.
Better
Do it at the plate.
at the plate is right.
Bounces it. Nice play at third. Here's the throw. It's a nice throw, and it's not in time. Very close play at first. Whether they got him or not, though, the run would come home, and we are tied at 1.
Exactly a great effort there by Dom at
Now
third.
batting for the Angels, number
And he
11.
threw it to Dom at first,
Walker.
just wasn't in time. And a nice piece of hitting there, 3-0, green light, of course. Give me that green light.
Yeah.
And a good piece of hitting there. Now here comes the pitcher,
Ben Walker.
who's also hitting third. Man, he's got to love his role today.
Big kid. Walker's got the ability to take a ball out as a giant gust of wind hits us. Woo-wee. Okay. It's 0-1 on Ben. Here he comes. Missed him high. Nice grab by Smith. And it is 1-1.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ball's way upstairs. Seems like he's struggling with his command a little bit.
Yeah. A key for every pitcher is you gotta have good command. It's either you're missing the plate or you're getting too much of it. You gotta be able to locate where you want it. Walker takes a nice hack, but he misses, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You notice that the pitcher took a little bit off of that one. And that seemed to be effective. I would do that again if I were him.
Called strike 3. He doesn't think so. He pounds the fastball right down the middle for out number 1.
Beautiful pitch right there. He just showed that he has
Batting
potential to be
for the
very
Angels, number 4,
effective. He
Aaron
just needs
Smallin.
to control himself.
He needs to get the ball over the plate. So it's Aaron Smallins now digging in.
Aaron, a.k.a. Aaron.
Never heard that one before.
No.
It's 1-0 on him. He's hoping to at least move the runner to second at a minimum.
And
Augie
folks,
Abrams waits on deck.
if you're just joining us, it's a 1-1 score in the bottom of the first inning. The Angels against the Orioles for the Majors Championship. I'm Aaron Goldstein with my partner, Charlie Hobart.
Woot, okay. It's 1-1 on the 4-hitter Smallins. He takes a strike. Off speed there. And it is 1-2.
Declan's off speed seems to be working very well.
Oh, yeah. That's a key. If you can get your off speed on, it's over. Oh, boy. Look out. High and in. Smallins stares him down. Walker still waiting on first base, hoping to get around the bags. Here comes the 2-2 from Forrest. Cut and a miss. And there is 2 away. Back-to-back strikeouts for Declan Forrest. He's making a comeback.
Very good pitching for
Now
Forrest.
batting,
He's settled
Number
into
7, Augie Abrams.
what I would call a groove now.
Oh, yeah.
He's a little bit more relaxed. The butterflies are out, and he's just pounding the zone.
Theo Smith putting a lot of faith in in his pitcher with this stance, because you're not going to be able to do much. Look at this stance by Theo Smith.
Exactly. He's completely on the ground.
That's showing faith that your pitcher's going to hit your spots, and as of now, that looks like what Declan's doing.
Exactly. However, if the ball gets away, he is completely ruined. It's going to be hard to get up from that position.
Missed him away. The count is 2-1. Augie Abrams is now batting.
But that is smart, because in Little League, you can't steal until the ball crosses the batter.
Yeah.
That ball's up.
Fakes the throw down to first. And it is 3 balls and 1 strike. Augie Abrams looking to get on with 2 away.
3-1 here. I'm hacking all day. No take signs for me.
Unless it's that.
True.
This some low and away, ball 4. So Walker moves to second, Abrams moves to first, and it's Dominic Caspian. Not the only Caspian on the team, though, for his brother
Number 8,
Marco Caspian is
Dominic
also
Caspian.
part of the team. So Dominic Caspian trying to get some insurance, or not some insurance, but give his team the lead. He's a lefty.
Dom stands on the left side of the box, yes, and he does not wear batting gloves either. That's a trend that I'm seeing more of in this game.
Declan Forrest wastes no time getting that one in there, and it's 0-1. His count already up to 25. Do you think pitch count could be a problem for him this game?
Pitch count could very well be a problem, but the Orioles, if I'm not mistaken, have other pitchers that are very effective. Tell me about those guys, Charles.
Well, they got Cole Thompson. He's a very reliable player. He's out at shortstop right now. He was a part of the Orioles team last year. He played really good center field. He never wanted to play infield, but it seems he's grown into it this year. The 1-2 from Forrest. Missed him high. 2-2.
They also have Duncan Mahoney, who plays first base. He had a single and got to second on an error by the left fielder in the first inning, as the 2-2 pitch is
It's a foul ball.
fouled
Hit
off.
the bat.
See, that happens a lot now. If the ball's coming at you, turn and drop the bat. You don't like to see guys keep the bat in there.
That's frustrating.
It's a safety issue, and it's frustrating. 2-2 pitch from Forrest is cut and fouled off.
Good battle from Caspian
I love
here.
this, Charlie. Both of these pitchers work quickly. Both of the pitchers are pounding the zone. The game's moving quickly, and there's a lot of action. That's what we like to see.
If I'm watching a baseball game at home and the pitcher's taking 5 minutes to pick a pitch he wants to throw, it gets boring. Pick a pitch and throw it.
That's
and
Pedro Baez.
Forrest is not doing that. He said, the catcher calls the sign. He's like, great, let's do it. And he fires away. That's good baseball.
That's how it should be done.
Here comes the payoff. Missed him high, and the bases are loaded. So Caspian's aboard. Walker's on third. Abrams is on second. And Evan Watson is at the dish.
Little bit of a 2-out rally here. They had a runner on first, already 1 run in with nobody out. Then they got 2 quick outs at the heart of the order. And now 2 more base runners. So it's bases loaded, 2 outs, and the biggin's up.
Now this inning has been back and forth, like you said. They got the first 2 runners on base hits. You're thinking, oh, this is going to be a long inning for Declan. But no, then he comes back and strikes out 2 in a row. They're 3 and 4 hitters, actually. And so
Evan Watson will be coming up.
Yeah, and now it's Watson with the bases loaded. I mean, he's been back and forth
Now
this
batting
inning.
number 12,
Already
Evan
at 32
Watson.
pitches. He's really got to get out of this with no more damage done if he wants the Orioles to stay in this game.
Exactly. 1-1 score. Here's a pitch that's in the dirt.
Nice
Great
stop
stop by Smith. Unbelievable.
Theo Smith.
What
He's
this
a young
guy,
gun.
He is only Little League age 10, but he plays like a vet.
Oh, yeah. Called strike. And it is 1-1 Forrest. Like you said, got to start pounding the zone. I know it's scary, and I know, like, especially in a bases-loaded situation, But this is where you got to just throw strikes. You cannot walk in a runner. He missed him high.
And Forrest's changeup is interesting because I don't think he holds a changeup grip. I just think that he takes something off the ball, and that's very effective.
I mean, it really is. That's what I did because I didn't know how to throw a changeup. Swing and a miss from Watson. And it is 2-2. Big pitch coming. Let's see if Watson can come through big time for the Halos. Forrest sets.
Deuces are wild.
Here he comes. Whoa! The pitch is wild. Smith walks him back to third. And Watson has got a full count now.
So, Charlie, here's an interesting situation. 3-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. Anything, regardless of any situation that happens other than a foul ball, action is created. Ball 4.
Ball 4.
So, Charlie, if you're the Orioles manager, which is Smith, Kevin Smith, what are you thinking here?
Now batting number
I'm
2.
thinking, I'm
Perez.
going to let him ride out the inning. As Jack Perez digs in, younger brother of Henry Perez. I'm going to let him ride out the inning. I might go out there to give him a chat if he falls behind 2-0 or something. But, you know, if you're taking a kid out in the first inning, and I know it's a rough situation, but that's just going to take his confidence and send it down if you're like, I can't even deal with you for another inning.
Exactly, but he's already got 40 pitches and he hasn't even gotten through the inning. It's 2-0.
His count is up and Forrest is looking upset.
He's pumping the ball.
Now this is
into his mid. He's cursing. He is vexed.
That was a great catch by Smith.
Smith is
Forrest,
keeping him in the game. If it wasn't for him, it'd be 4 or 5-1.
This is where what we call pitcher's amnesia is needed. I'm sure you know what that is. The 3-0 from Declan Forrest is in there for a strike. Pitcher's amnesia. Every pitcher needs pitcher's amnesia because you cannot. You gotta have like a poker face. You can't show you're frustrated. You gotta forget about the last pitch or play.
Exactly.
You gotta just keep going forward.
Because the other team will use it against you as he throws strike 2. So again, another crazy situation. 3-2, 2 out. The base is loaded. Anything other than a foul ball will create a run or get them out of the inning.
Here he comes. Payoff. Got him looking. A big-time strikeout from Declan Forrest. They do get 2, but that's all. The Angels lead at 2-0.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the end of 1.
Here we go to the second. Wow. How about this start?
Angels 2, Orioles 1.
Charlie, it's a spectacular game that we got here. 2
when
great
you have a
pitchers
chance,
on
please
the
take a
hill.
look at those beautiful banners
But
along
it'll
the
come
fence.
down
Those
to
are
which
the
one
Little
can
League,
limit their
Little League
pitches, and so
sponsors.
far that's
Without them, we
been
would not be able to do everything that we
Ben
do
Walker,
for our children.
despite the run of the first, only 17 pitches, while Forrest is already at over 40. I mean, that's going to be a problem. They better have someone ready to come in. And, you know, he did a good job of getting out of that inning. He really did. Bases loaded. That's terrifying. Like, the anxiety rushing through your body is like, whoa. And so it's scary, and he did a good job. The 2 runs is frustrating, but it could have been a lot worse. So he's got to feel at least a little relaxed after that. The one problem is his pitch count, so they better have someone ready because I don't know how much longer he's going to last in this game.
I agree, Chuck. So, another thing, Charlie, that's become an issue in our game is the pitch count for pitchers because guys are throwing so many pitches, and what I say is you're throwing 6 innings. You're throwing warm-up pitches before the game, the actual pitches in the game,
warm-up pitches in between innings.
So I say if you're going to pitch that much, only do 2 or 3 pitches between innings. If you're feeling great, do that. If you're not, then you could throw 10. But why do so many if you're pitching so many pitches?
As you see, Ben Walker, pretty quick warm-up there. And Cameron Cohen will lead off the second. A big boy at the plate. Swinging a big bat. Let's see what he does. Big cut and a miss. If he'd have gotten that, that might have traveled quite a few feet.
Cohen has his hands outside, almost on top of the plate. That's a tough way to hit, but
If it
whatever
works for him.
floats your boat.
Yeah. Walker Missed him high. That one was
Batting
close.
is number 8, Cam Cohan.
The call is high, and it is 2-1. He's doing a good job. Even when they are balls, he's keeping them close. Caspian fouls it back. Not Caspian, Cohen.
But what Cohen does that evens it out is he gets into the strike position when his foot comes down, and that's really all that matters.
Swing and a miss. Walker gets through one, and there's one away. Ben Walker really
Coming
making
up for the
quick
Orioles.
work. And now it's Cole
Number 4,
Thompson.
Cole Thompson.
Wearing number 4, getting ready. Try and get something going here, maybe tie this game. This kid, he can play some center field like a gold glover. I'm not kidding you. I'm surprised he's not playing center field today, as that ball is called a strike.
Beautiful
It is
pitch
0-1.
by Ben Walker. You see how he took control of the inside part of the play, Charlie?
Very
That's
good
what you
location.
look for.
Out ball's just a little bit high on Thompson, and it is 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, what the Orioles want to do right now, if they're going to get outs, they should try to have lengthy at-bats. It's 1 and 2 now after that strike. Walker clearly is cruising right now, as you can see. If they have lengthy at-bats, foul off lots of pitches, as that ball's blooped center field, it's going to drop, and Thompson's got a base knock for the O's.
See, Charlie, that's just a good piece of hitting. He takes a tough pitch by Walker, and you better believe it's a
Batting
tough
for
pitch.
the Orioles,
And loops
number
it
1,
into center
Theo
field.
Smith.
But what's important is that he put the bat on the ball and he elevated it. You got a much higher chance of getting a hit if you can elevate the ball.
Oh, yeah. So Theo Smith digs in. But if you get long at-bats, he's at 26 pitches only, which, you know, is a little much, but it's nothing to be worried about. So he throws another strike there. Get long at-bats, foul off pitches, you know, wait for your pitch. Don't try to hit something that you're not going to be able to hit. Even if it's a strike, just foul it. So if you can have nice long at-bats, I think Walker's going to be out of here a lot sooner.
Exactly. Theo did a good job on that pitch, just fouling it off. But just like that, a lot of these Orioles hitters are getting in holes. 1-2, 0-2, even 2-2 is a hole because the pitcher can still waste a pitch.
Oh, yeah. Here comes the 0-2 in the dirt. It's a nice stop by Dominic Caspian. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cole dancing off at first. Thompson wants to get in a scoring position. Let's see if Smith can move him over. Close, but a little inside. And Thompson making Caspian think behind the dish. He's having some fun here. Walker trying to get a punch out. 2-2. Called strike 3. And there is 2 away. Ben not thinking about Cole Thompson
Batting
one
for the
bit on
Orioles, number
first, and you
2,
can just tell.
Wyatt Pierce.
Well, Charlie, you know that the Orioles, the middle of their order with Palmer, etc., will hit the ball. But the question that I have is, will the bottom of the order
Come
give
through.
them some help? Because it's going to be tough with Walker doing what he's doing.
Oh, yeah. Here comes the 0-1 to Wyatt Pierce. It gets by Caspian, and Thompson is going to move to third. Second. Pardon me. So the O's now have a runner in scoring position, and that could be nice. That could be really helpful.
So Walker 33 pitches, and the 34th is inside, 2-1. Walker has to be able to get out of this jam.
That'd be nice. You want to leave the second inning with a lead and going in on offense. That ball misses high, and it's 3-1. Top of the order due up in Vincent Gormley, as time is called by Coach Kyle Walker. He's at 35 pitches. Now I'm just going to fill you in right here. Ben Walker may have to leave this game early. He's in a production of West Side Story, and he might have to leave a little early.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding. His dad told me before the game, so he might have to leave a little early, depending on when the game ends, if he wants to go be in West Side Story. And, you know, you got to do that. I understand that. I've been in shows, so that's just what you do.
But he's making quick work.
He is making quick work. He's doing what he can with the time he has. So Walker remains in the game. 3 balls and 1 strike on Pierce. Here he comes. Pierce fights that one off.
That's a beautiful pitch right there.
That is.
Bust him up and in, say, here, go hit this. You want to swing 3-1 as I've been preaching? Well, you're going to have to hit my best pitch, and that's what he just threw.
Oh, yeah. The count is full now, and here comes Benny. Called strike 3.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Ben Walker's got 6 Ks through 2 innings. How far will he go?
Just pure greatness by Walker. He's not messing around. Just after that pitch up and in, I knew it was over because that was the setup, and then coming back low and away. Even Mike Trout's got nothing. I'm just kidding. Mike Trout has a chance on that
Mike
pitch.
Trout might hit that ball a few 600 feet. No offense, Ben, but it's Mike Trout. So after 1.5, the Angels have a 2-1 lead over the Orioles, hoping to keep that. Declan Forrest hoping to have a quicker inning than his first 43 pitches in the first. That is something that'll make your coach cringe.
Exactly, Chuck.
Because Forrest, he's got good stuff. He can pump a fastball. He's got nice off-speed stuff. He's just got to be able to throw it for strikes,
Consistently.
not walk batters.
The key is consistency for Forrest because he struck out Walker and Smullins, which are 2 tough hitters. However, he walked a bunch of guys lower in the order. Now, if he wants to pitch deep into this game, he's got to pound the zone, and he can't just do it on 1 or 2 hitters.
Yep.
He's got to be very effective throughout the course of the Angels lineup.
You can't be scared to pound the zone against the big guys like Walker and Smullins. I know I'm totally contradicting myself. But, like, you do have to be able to fire it in there for strikes, and it might be a little bit of a risk catching a lot of the plate with Walker or Smullins or those guys at the plate because they got power. They can hit it far. Even if it's not a home run, it might be an extra base hit, or it might be a leadoff single or a single with the bases loaded. You know, but you gotta throw strikes. Without strikes, there's no chance at winning.
Exactly. I could not agree more to the fact that you just gotta pound the zone, and if they're gonna get hits off you, they're gonna. But walking, the batter doesn't even have to do anything. He could just look at the pitch, get a base. All of a sudden, he's on second after a wild pitch, and just creates havoc.
It's like you say, make them earn it. Make them beat you. Marco Caspian is going to be leading off the bottom of the second inning, and that's the top of the order for the Angels. And that is a good sign for the Angels when your leadoff hitter has already got 2 at-bats through 2 innings. I mean, that's good.
Exactly.
So Caspian sets in, steps in. Declan Forrest gets his sign, sets, and here he comes. Missed him high and in, brush him back.
Batting is number 9.
I love that pitch, though, because the batter comes off the plate, then all of a sudden you live off the outside corner.
Yeah.
It's the pitcher's plate. He's owning it right now. 1-0. Strike. See, that's exactly what I was talking about. You brush him off, the hitter's scared, and everybody's got to be scared if you come in like that.
You know who did this? Randy Johnson. That was his favorite move. So that ball's high and in again. Johnson would throw at batters sometimes, like throw it up near them, throw it near their heads, scare the life out of them because he throws hard.
Exactly.
And then he just fires it on the outside corner. As that ball misses inside and Forrest falls behind 3-1.
Well, all of a sudden, after we talk about how Forrest had control of the outside corner of the plate, he just lost it. He's got a drop under 50 pitches. It was that strike 2, 3, and 2.
Forrest gotta get an out here. This is a big pitch. Here he comes. Nope. He fouled it back. Marco Caspian. Good job. Drive that pitch count out. Get Forrest out of there is what the Angels are trying to do.
It's good contact by Marco. He's not going down without a fight. Here's a 3-2. And he got him on his 51st pitch of the game.
So Declan Forrest, after a battle with Dominic Caspian, or Marco Caspian, I should say, comes out on top with a K. So now,
Top of the order, Chuck.
Top of the order. Don't even try to strike them out. Just throw it over the plate. Get them to get out soon in the at-bats.
Exactly.
There goes Smith. Plopped down like
Batting is
that.
number 10, Brendan McCormick.
How does he even do that?
I don't know.
That looks so painful.
McCormick got that Texzilla.
Called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Declan Forrest really needs a quick inning if he wants to remain in this game long. Here he comes. Missed him high. 2 balls,
Brendan
1 strike.
Hunched over like Pete Rose. It's just beautiful to see. Somebody who's willing to put it all on the line for the success of their team. That is McCormick as he takes upstairs. See, to me, McCormick just looks like a winner. He's a guy that, you know, that crouch there, he could get hit. He's exposed a little bit, but he is just willing to give it all for his team. That's another walk. He sees the ball very well, Chuck.
And like you said, with McCormick hunching
Now
over,
batting number 5,
hunching
Dylan
over
Walker.
the plate, really close to the plate. It makes Forrest want to throw on the outside because he doesn't want to hit him, give him a free base. But he's giving him a free base in another way.
Exactly.
Dylan Walker digs in. Forrest deals. No, it hit him. It got Walker's jersey. That's the best way to get hit, they say.
Exactly. Just skimming the jersey, but that's a tough out that he just gave the base, and that'll be it for him. So
I think it's going to be Mahoney now.
He gets 4 outs, goes 57 pitches, gives up 2 runs, but he left 2 runners on base. So if those 2 score, his afternoon will look much different. So Chuck, tell me a little bit about Mahoney who's coming into pitch. What's he got?
Duncan Mahoney coming in relief. This guy
Coming
is
to
a
pitch for
hard
the Orioles,
thrower.
number 9, Duncan
I haven't really seen his
Mahoney.
off-speed stuff, but what I do know is he throws gas. Okay, I've shagged for him sometimes when he's throwing, or I've taken throws from first when he was throwing. It's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, he throws hard, man. So if he's able to locate, not get wild, just fire it across the plate, I think he's gonna have a good inning and get him out of this.
Mahoney's certainly a plus arm, to say the least. He's throwing hard. I think when he gets into trouble, just like the first pitcher for the Orioles, Forrest, he is wild. But I think that when he's in his groove, he's throwing hard, he's getting quick outs, he is tough to stop.
Yeah, Duncan's main problem is when he gets wild. And that's the thing with a lot of hard throwers, is when they get wild, that's when the inning starts to go south for them. So he's really, even if he has to take off a few miles, just get it in there. That's the important part, especially in this point of the game. Runners on first and second, only 1 out. Just get it across the plate.
Exactly.
But don't make it too hittable, because Walker and Smallins are big guys that got big bats and will hit it far.
And also a lot of credit to Smith for what he's done with this rotation, really working with both Coach Smith and the Smith behind the plate, that is Theo. They've really done a good job with this rotation. These guys, they love their hard-throwing righties. They've got 3 of them.
Oh, yeah.
And they've really done a good job to get to this point, and hopefully for them to win it all.
And Theo, you know, he's a young guy doing a good job catching these guys who throw hard. I mean, really nice work.
Exactly. So Walker steps in. That is Ben Walker, who wears number 11. He's been pitching a gem.
Now
so
batting for
far.
the Angels, number 11,
Giving
Ben
up
Walker.
1 run, but struck out every out he's got. So Ben Walker, power on power. Let's see who wins this battle. Ben steps in with the orange Mako. Mahoney, wind up, kick, throw, strike on the outside corner. That's good location.
Beautiful pitch there by Mahoney. He is not messing around.
I mean, he put it right where Theo put the glove. I'll see what he does here. Just some high and in. The count is 1-1. Again, early in games, there are crucial at-bats that could change games, even in the second inning. This could be one of those at-bats. As he bounces it off the plate, runners are going to advance. And now Walker is in a much more comfortable spot.
Exactly. And what that eliminates is the threat of the double play. You could still get a line drive double play, but no ground ball double play here, as there is no force at second or third base. Here's a pitch from Mahoney. That ball's ripped right back. This is power on power. This reminds me of Jose Bautista against Edinson Volquez in the playoffs. Power versus power. I think power will win.
2-2. High and away, good eye from Ben Walker.
He went away from the power there to the off speed. That's not something I'd do. I'd stick with the fastball. He's got a great one.
Now here's the deal, on second and third, a walk isn't the worst thing. Walker's a good hitter. And so, oh, you could do that. That works too.
Exactly. He came back with the heater. The curveball ended up being a setup for the next pitch, and he just
Now batting
said,
number
"Here,
4,
go
Aaron
hit this.
Smallin.
See you later."
No swing from Walker. That's his second strikeout of the game. And here comes Smullins. So Mahoney trying to get out of a jam. Let's see if he can do it. First pitch. That ball's high. Eby shakes his head, indicating ball 1.
I noticed that a lot of the players against Duncan, he's throwing so hard that they're not even able to do a leg kick.
Oh, yeah.
Just it's all on instinct. As he takes a strike, the count is even at 1-1.
Now you see Smullins, he's pretty up in the box, honestly, against the guy who throws as hard as Mahoney. He could scoop back and get a little, maybe a half second more time, which is actually quite some time.
Exactly. And
but he's sick and staying up in the box.
what really impresses me about Mahoney is his cool. He's as cool as a cucumber, even in this tough spot, and he almost threw it away there. It's 3-1.
Smith
Theo Smith
doing a great
is
job
the
behind the plate.
savior for the Orioles once again.
Right.
Chanting Aaron are the Angels faithful.
3-1.
As that ball slips away,
Runs gonna score. Angels take a 2-run lead. Smullins heads up base running, fires it into center. Smullins on his way to third. He bobbles it. They're gonna try and score him. Here's the throw. He's gonna score on a walk.
unbelievable,
Aaron Smullins rounds the bases. Have you ever seen that?
unbelievable. The Orioles just completely fell apart, Charlie.
Wow.
That was one of the worst
Wow,
that.
miscues I've seen for a
Batting is
team
number
this
7,
effective.
Augie Abrams.
That was insanity. Insanity, Charlie.
So just like that, 4-run lead, and Mahoney's got to work out of this.
First of
Called
all,
strike on Abrams.
the ball was, they sent the runner to the plate. McCormick scored. Mahoney forgot to cover. Then the runner went to second and he threw the ball away. And then the center fielder had trouble with it. And then it was too late. It was a round tripper on a walk.
So what do you score that?
You score that, a lot of people. is for
everyone.
error, folks.
1 and 2 is the count. Here's
However,
the pitch.
Mahoney does not seem to be fazed by it, but they just gave him 3 runs right there.
I mean, that's big. That could change the game.
2-2 pitch. That ball's up and away. So Mahoney's laughing. He's mad. 3-2.
It's got to be frustrating for Duncan, but he's just got to let it go. And oh boy, yikes! So Smith throws down to first. I don't think Peter's fooled by that. So it's going to be a 2-out walk, and Smith is going to take a trip to the hill. Kevin Smith, that is.
So many Smiths.
So many Smiths. Duncan's just got to calm down, take a deep breath, get out of this inning.
Yeah,
Because once he
refocus.
gets out of this inning, it's the top of their order. It's only a 4-run game. It's a stretch, but I mean it's very doable.
Right.
4 runs is not that bad, especially with all this baseball we got to play.
But don't count the Angels out to get more in this inning.
Not at all.
Their lineup is a deep lineup. They can hit top to bottom.
So
They're dangerous.
Abrams is through with a walk. It's going to be Dominic Caspian now. He is the 6th hitter. I mean, the Angels are really getting through their order and driving everybody's pitch count up. Ben Walker is doing such a good job of keeping his pitch count down.
Batting is number 8, Dominic Caspian.
So Damo leaning right over the plate, challenging Mahoney to throw it inside. I don't think Duncan's going to accept that challenge.
One of the things that I really like about this Angels lineup is the top of their order. I think McCormick really sets the table for him. He's gotten on base twice, scored 2 runs. That's a strike in there. He scored 2 runs. He just creates havoc on the base paths. I feel like he's a leader in the clubhouse. He's just a nice guy to have on your team.
Oh, yeah. You need leaders. You need emotional leaders. You need, anyway. Oh, that ball bounces back to Mahoney. They might have a chance. Oh, very close play. Very close play. Abrams slides in safely to second on a ball that bounced from the backstop back to the mound. The count is 2 balls, 1 strike, and here comes Duncan again. Missed him away. No, never mind, it's a called strike.
Yeah.
2-2. No disrespect, Dave.
Here's a 2-2 pitch with 2 outs in the second inning. Deuces are wild. That's upstairs again. Mahoney's really losing his control. I feel like he's overthrowing, Chuck.
I mean, he's angry. He's got a lot of emotions right now going through him. It's a championship game. He wants to get out of this. And it's frustrating. He's just got to really take a deep breath and fire it in there.
That's way upstairs.
The Angels are really working now.
Mahoney's only thrown 23 pitches, but it feels like he's thrown a complete game.
Oh, yeah.
Now batting number 12, Evan Watson.
So, Evan Watson will dig in now. That is signifying that no matter what happens to this batter, their leadoff hitter is going to hit in the 3rd inning. He's going to have a 3rd at-bat in the 3rd inning. Wow.
Man.
That's getting through your order.
Unbelievable. The Angels are a really deep lineup, as we were talking about in the pregame show, and they've shown that today. Top to bottom, they're having good at bats, they're hitting, they're challenging the pitcher, and that ball's roped into left field.
Down the line, 1 run will score with ease. Abrams is in without a throw. 5-run game now.
Unbelievable. The Angels are showing that they're just so deep and
now
so
batting
tough.
number 2, Jack
There's so
Perez.
many people that can beat you, and Mahoney's really tripping here.
So Jack Perez now. Here he comes with the first offering, and it's in there. Duncan's getting a lot of first pitch strikes. Just after that, kind of tenses up, and it kind of goes downhill a little bit. Let's see if he can get 0-2 it. Close, good frame from Smith, though. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Mahoney's he's struggling here. We talked about earlier how he was cool as a cucumber. Right now, he's struggling a little bit, but he's a great player, Charlie. And we have to remember that. He got a hit in the 1st inning. He's pitched well. He's just losing it, but he just struck out Perez.
There you go.
So the Angels get a 4 spot in the 2nd, and we're heading to the top of the 3rd inning.
Let's see how the Orioles respond.
At the end of 2, we have
And Walker will
the Angels with 6, the Orioles with 1.
come to get his
Ben
3rd inning.
Walker still on the mound for the Angels.
One of the things that I really like about Walker is
Ladies
just
and
how
gentlemen, a
unfazed
reminder,
he is.
2 weeks
Duncan
left
Mahoney hits a
for
bullet
the
in
early
the
bird race
left
for
field.
fall ball with Santa Monica Little League.
gets by the left fielder, runner on second.
Reminder
He's
to go
just
to
unfazed. Next guy
smll.com
gets
to
a
register.
hit, unfazed, gets the out. Then the next inning, faced with trouble, prevails.
He doesn't show.
He's just unfazed, and that's something that not all the players here have. But
Yeah.
he really has that ability to just not let his emotions get to him. That's something that even major league players struggle with.
One thing I like about Walker, too, is he knows his limits. He knows he doesn't have to throw 20 warm-up pitches in between innings. He knows he can throw 2 or 3, and he's like, I'm done. Throw it down.
Exactly. That's something that he just has a certain level
you
of
go.
maturity that you don't see from all the players.
He just threw 2 pitches, and he knows he's good to go. And why, when you're on a roll like this, would you spend so much time warming up? Don't you want to get to the next batter?
Exactly.
All right, Vincent Gormley, we're back at the top. He's going to start the third inning as a few changes were made, I believe, to the lineups.
Now batting number 5.
So Dave Eby is going to go
Vince
record
Gormley.
those changes. Gormley is forced to step out.
So, Chuck, I noticed that only a couple of the Angels players, one of them being McCormick, have high socks. That's a trend that I would like to see increase.
Well, so does Vincent Gormley, the batter right here.
No, just the Angel players.
Yeah. We got one at third base, and that's it. The only one on the field wearing high
Exactly.
socks. I love high socks, though. Don't you want to show off your socks?
Why not?
Who doesn't?
I mean, you're already showing off your pants to the knees. You don't need to show them all the way down.
Yeah, seriously. Save some room. All right, we are ready to play.
Top of the order.
Top of the order.
Dave Eby just did a beautiful job
So good.
cleaning that plate.
I mean, every bit of dust is gone.
Unbelievable.
So good. Okay, first pitch to Gormley misses low, and it's 1-0. The Orioles could really use a leadoff base runner. They need to get something going. Missed him high. It's looking good, though.
So he does the batter. Gormley does the toe tap, which is something that is very effective even at the major league level. If you look at Curtis Granderson, Kike Hernandez
Albert
had
Pujols doesn't even step.
that. Albert Pujols. So a lot of players have that. What's important with the toe tap is that you get the foot down, and it seems like he is getting that foot down.
2 balls and 1 strike is the count, and here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. And Gormley's ahead 3-0. If they can get him on base, they need to move him into scoring position.
3-1 the count.
What? Oh, sorry.
It's all right, Chuck.
That's all right.
3-1
We're all
pitch
human.
is taken for a strike. That's a beautiful
That's
pitch
a
by
great pitch. Right
Ben
at the knees.
Walker.
Right at the knees. That is
Please.
locationing.
Please.
Get out of here. Here comes the payoff. Popped him up. And there is 1 away.
So the Orioles might look down, but they are certainly
Coming to the
not
plate
out.
for
Let's
the Orioles, number
recall what
3,
happened in their
Declan
last
Forrest.
playoff game. Tell us about that, Chuck.
Let's not forget, bottom of the 6th, or was it top of the 6th? It was in the 6th. And there was 1 out as Declan Forrest digs in, hoping to redeem himself after a shaky start on the mound. It was the 6th inning. They already had an out, and they were down by 7 runs. The Orioles were. They had 2 outs, and they were over, and they never stopped. There were a couple walks, some good hits by some good players, runs scored, they took the lead, they won that game with 2 outs of life left.
Exactly.
So with this much time
Unreal.
and this score, this is very doable.
Down but not out.
Down but not out, my friend. High and in, 2 balls, 1 strike. Walker, miss it a couple times. See what he does here. Caught and a miss at a ball. It was probably a little too high and could have been ball 3. But Forrest wanted it, but didn't get it. So 2-2 is the count. Walker delivers again. Chases another one, but it is not a foul ball. He missed it. Drop third rule comes into play, and Forrest is in at first. So whether it's a strikeout, a base hit, an error, who cares? He's on.
Exactly. And he didn't realize for a second that it was a drop third strike, but everybody in the building or in a 10-mile radius
Now
was
batting number 9,
yelling.
Oh, yeah.
Duncan
And
Mahoney.
he took note. Here's Mahoney looking to redeem himself after a rough inning on the mound.
He could use a confidence booster.
Exactly, and he did have a rope base hit in his first AB
He is 1 for
on
1.
a 3-0 green light. That was beautiful.
This is another sort of power versus power as that ball goes into right field on the throw. They might send him to third. Forrest is going to stop at second. Nonetheless, he's in scoring position. This is another sort of power on power. Walker throws hard, but Duncan's a big boy. I mean, he can whack it far.
Exactly, Charles.
That's not really what they need, though. They just need to get some runs home. Obviously, they'd like that as that ball skips away.
Great
Forrest
block.
puts on the brakes. You're correct. That was an incredible block by Dominic Caspian. Keep the runner at second. But the count is 2-0 on Mahoney.
Yes, it is. And Mahoney's looking to drive. You better believe that.
That ball gets by him. That ball will advance them into the third. Mahoney's ahead 3-0. Now, something tells me he doesn't really want to walk, but he'll take the walk. So Walker, talking to Coach Walker, not his dad. Let me just reassure you that.
So many Walkers.
There's so many Walkers.
So many Smiths.
So there's Kyle Walker, who's the coach, Ben Walker, who's on the mound, and Dylan Walker, who's at short. Dylan is Kyle's son, but Ben is not related to either of them.
A lot of intangibles.
Yeah, it's so confusing.
Too many for me. So, Duncan 3-0. I learned from my father, actually, that on the 3-0 pitch, always want to be hacking. You never take the 3-0 pitch because that's the best pitch you're going to get. If you have confidence that you can get a hit and you don't want to swing 3-0, then you don't have confidence.
Clearly. 3-0, Mahoney is up. They're going to hold Forrest at third. And the O's got runners on the corners, so a strikeout and a walk
Now
has runners
batting
on
number
first and third.
10,
No way.
DJ Bevan.
So DJ Bevan now digging in.
He had a hit in his first AB. Nice piece up the middle on the ground.
They could use a base knock here, maybe a little more.
Infield is in. Very interesting call here, even with a 5-run lead and first and third situation. Mahoney's going, and they will
I don't
eat
care.
it.
He's on second, so that takes away the double play. I like what you said, though. Interesting call by Walker, though, to bring the infield in. A 5-run lead. Don't you want to just get the out? Right?
Clearly, that is not the case, but that's why he's in the championship and we're in the booth.
Yeah. Well, that's his job. You do your job, Kyle. We'll do ours. 2-0. Here he comes. That ball's smacked to the right side, but out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. Walker in this inning has been falling behind in the count a little more.
These Orioles, Charlie, have a dangerous order, and
Oh, yeah.
when you fall behind, it's awfully tough.
It is. Let's see if he throws a strike here. He does. No, we just missed. I'm a little too quick. I should slow down.
You're doing just fine. So 3-1 here, similar count to 3-0, but he better be hacking, especially with a 6-run lead, especially with a 5-run deficit, as he takes a fastball for a strike.
So this is a big pitch. DJ Bevan is at the plate. Dominic Areola is on deck unless a sub is coming in. Here comes the 3-2. Ooh, he punched him out. Ben Walker coming through big with a K, and there's 2 away.
Unbelievable. Ben Walker is an unbelievable pitcher.
This guy.
This lineup,
Batting
people
is number
forget, this
7,
lineup is so
Dominic
tough, and what he's been
Areola.
doing thus far is just remarkable.
So Areola digs in. Really got to get some runs on the board here. This is a crucial inning. Here comes the first one. Missed him low. Dribbles out in front of the plate, but nothing big. 1-0. Areola, if he can come through here, I mean, that'd be good for him and the O's.
Yes. Single most likely scores 2 here unless it's on the infield, with Duncan's speed at second as he takes the ball upstairs, and it's 2-0. So 60 pitches for Walker, but he's been moving along nicely as he fires in a ball. and
Very
it's 3-0.
close call there. But the call is ball, so Areola just trying to get on, hopefully bring a couple in. And then Cameron Cohen is due on deck, the 3-0. He bounces it up the middle, and it's going to get through. Mahoney held up. They're still going to wave him. No, they're going to stop him there. Duncan held up. Very interesting
I think
move
that there was an interference call there.
That might have been it. That's what Kevin Smith is going to talk to the umpire about. Because I think Mahoney would have just kept going. He's got a high
Exactly.
baseball IQ. He knows what he's doing.
I love the 3-0 hack by Dom. That's beautiful.
I like it. Don't hold back. That might be the only good pitch you get in the at-bat. So Cameron Cohen is out. George Harris is in. Let's see what the call is.
So Dunk will stay at third.
Harris will dig in, subbing in.
Harris subbing in, and now it's a 6-2 game. Takes upstairs. Walker's losing
Batting
his
is
control
number
a little
6,
bit, Chuck.
George Harris.
Yeah, he started off really hot, just firing in strike after strike after strike, but he's kind of losing it now. Still getting the strikes in there, just falling behind in counts, and that'll hurt you. As Harris swings through one, and it is 1-1. Cole Thompson due to hit McCormick. He's talking to Evie. What about, though?
About possibly the change in the lineup that was made. Because if they don't talk about the change, then the batter will be out.
So let's see how this boils over.
If I'm Walker, I'm telling Coach, hey, Coach, why don't you go back there and let me strike this guy out?
Let me finish the at-bat.
Exactly. And if you're the hitter, Harris,
George Harris.
You're saying, Coach, go back over there and let me line a base hit in a center field and score 2. So both of these guys just want to play baseball, and that's what we're going to do, play baseball.
Everything's sorted out. The count is 1-1 on George Harris. They got 2 runners aboard. Ariola at second, Duncan Mahoney at third. Potential tying run could be on deck. See what happens here, though. The 1-1 turns into 1-2.
Beautiful pitch there. Just a fastball.
Not trying to do too much with it. Here comes the 1-2. He pops it up. Walker calls everyone off. Makes the play. Minimum damage done. Ben Walker throwing a jet. Through 3 innings has allowed 2 runs. We're going to go to the home half of the third.
That's the middle of 3, ladies
It's
and
going to
gentlemen.
be
Middle of
Marco
3.
Caspian, I believe, Brendan McCormick, and Dylan Walker.
So, Charlie, who do you think will come out for the Orioles to pitch this inning? Oh, it is.
It's looking like it's going to be
Duncan
Mr.
Mahoney.
Duncan Mahoney. They're
Will
hoping
be
he
on
can
the bump.
bounce back. They're hoping he can bounce back after a shaky inning. Duncan, I know the kid. He's a great guy. He can get a little down on himself sometimes, which is just something that heals over time. It's something you work on. I know I used to get down on myself all the time. But, you know, it's just a part of the growth in life and baseball. And so, Duncan, they're seeing what he can do. He had a rough inning, you know, he's upset, but if he can bounce back this inning, that'll be huge for him and the O's.
As Big Sean would say, last night took an L, but tonight I bounced back. And that is just such a true thing. After losing or after not performing well in one part of the game, you got to bounce back. That's just the name of the game. You got to always come back. And Mahoney is a true competitor. He really is. He competes.
He's got a passion for the game.
Passion for the game, and he loves the game too. He's got 2 rings and trying to get his third in a row.
Trying to get his 3rd ring. I mean,
You know, Charlie, something that really impressed me from this season is Colin Jones of the Royals. I mean, 17 home runs.
broke Ford's home run record at 16.
I remember when Colin was just a baby on the Tigers, on the Dodgers for his 10-year-old year. And
did he break the all-time record?
He did. He broke the all-time record.
So how many did Raines hit? Do we know this info? It was Raines, Decker, Ford, and now Colin.
Yeah, and also Chase Rowe was up there.
Chase Rowe.
So it's just amazing what Colin Jones has done at the plate.
Seriously, he's grown a lot. He really has.
He has. He's perfected his swing. He's working really hard, and he's just unbelievable. Just a specimen.
All right, so we are about ready to get going again. Mahoney's got the ball. Well, we're not really about ready to get going again. The catcher just got out
On the
here.
mound for the Orioles, number 9.
Dominic
Duncan Mahoney.
Ariola is catching for
Behind the
the
plate,
O's.
number 7, Dominic
Duncan
Ariel.
Mahoney out for his second inning. All the fielders are ready. Duncan's ready. It's coming down. There's the throw. Strike throw to Cole Thompson. So we are ready to get things underway. Leading off is going to be number 9, Marco Caspian. One of the brothers on this Angels team. His brother Dominic Caspian. There are a lot of Dominics out here. There are a lot of Smiths out here. There are a lot of Walkers out here. Can we draft people with different names, please?
Batting with number 9.
Well, there's
We're making our job harder.
a shoe tying timeout over there at first base. Dom behind the plate and a Dom on the bump. That's the way we like it. Lots of Doms.
Is that Theo Smith at first? I believe it is.
Yeah, he's moved over to first after
Transitioning from catcher to first
2
base.
nice innings of work. 2 difficult innings for
Two
that matter.
difficult but well-worked innings of work
For him.
for him. All right, we're ready to go. Marco Caspian awaits the first. It is in there for a strike.
Dominic will settle into his groove now. He's had a rough inning, but
It's Duncan on the mound.
Duncan
That's all right.
will settle into his groove.
That's what he's looking like. Kind of a lengthy inning. Over 20 pitches, but he's looking good now. 3 pitches and take a seat. Grab some bench. There's one away. Mahoney wants to waste no time throwing the ball around. Just get me the ball. Let me do my thing.
Batting is number
Exactly.
10,
He's
Brendan
just
McCormick.
a power pitcher, as we talked about. Here comes McCormick, representing the top of the order. Just said here, hit 3 fastballs, and no thank you was the answer. As that ball's in the dirt.
Scoop by Dominic.
Duncan looked like he hurt himself on that one. He's injured.
And Ariola has wasted no time getting out there. Am I the only one that thinks Ariola sounds like Arietta?
You could say that.
I think so a little bit, right?
But Charlie, let's focus on Duncan here. His shoulder looks like it's bothering him. His coach is coming out. Coach Smith is saying, is this an injury timeout? Okay, thank you, Mr. Eby. Now, Duncan, what's going on? Well, Coach, I hurt my shoulder a little bit, but I think I'll be all right. All right, sounds good. Let's play ball.
Some excellent dialogue from Aaron Goldstein.
But in all seriousness, Mahoney, I hope he's all right. He is a great pitcher, and the Orioles would not like to lose him.
Especially after he's looking good. Just fired 3 straight strikes in for a K. So he's going to throw a couple tosses just to make sure he's feeling good. At that one field, gives him a little head nod.
McCormick has reached base twice in his 2 plate appearances, so technically he's 0 for 0 because he has walked twice.
He has walked twice.
As you pointed out in the earlier of the doubleheaders, the earlier game of the doubleheaders, a walk does not technically count as an at-bat.
It counts as a plate appearance, not an official at-bat, though. All right, we're ready to play baseball. 1-0 to McCormick. Missed him high. 2 balls, no strikes. Mahoney's good to go. McCormick's good to go. We're all good to go. So let's go. Nice crowd from the Angels side here. Got some signs hanging up. They got that little tarp thing over their head. They're all here out having a good time at the ballpark. 3-0, missed him low. McCormick got a small zone, so he draws his 3rd walk of the game. His OBP is skyrocketing.
Exactly. He just means so
Now
much to
batting
his
number
team.
5, Dylan
What he
Walker.
does.
That's what the leadoff hitter is supposed to do. No matter how you do it, just get on base. That's what Mr. McCormick has done all night.
Exactly.
All right, Dylan Walker. Duncan says no. Then he says, let's do it. Here's the pitch. Called for a strike.
See, that was the exact same pitch on McCormick, except McCormick is smaller. So I like that by Dave Eby. The strike zone differs based on the hitter. Here's the 0-1. Way upstairs, ball skips away, and you best believe McCormick is on his horse. Speed kills.
Brendan McCormick getting in scoring position for Dylan Walker. Dylan Walker is a very effective hitter. They want to extend this lead, get some even more insurance.
Exactly.
Call, swing and a miss. Mahoney blowing the fastball by him. 1 and 2.
Mahoney again said, here, go hit my fastball, and the answer was, oh no, I don't want that. 1-2. That ball skips away
They're still going to play
again.
it third, though. Here's the throw. He wasn't on the bag. And he is in at third. The Angels bleachers are loving it here. They are loving it. So
McCormick
it's 2 and 2.
is just doing it all, Charles.
Can't throw it by him here. If you're going to throw a ball, throw it to the glove. Here comes the 2-2. Popped him up, foul, and out of play.
Yeah, this Angels crowd is great. They're very active. They're talking a lot and they're encouraging. That's the best part. 2-2 upstairs. Duncan is effective, but he's missing all over the place. Missing high, missing in the dirt. That's a recipe for disaster for these Orioles.
3-2, up the middle. It's going to get down, and it's going to roll to the wall. Dylan Walker will coast into second with a double. RBI double. The lead is now 5 in the Angels. They are just getting to the Baltimore pitching.
Exactly. That ball was just absolutely scorched
Now
off the bat,
batting for the Angels, number
misplayed a
11,
little bit by
Ben
the center
Walker.
fielder, and all of a sudden, it's 7-2 in the third inning, Chuck.
Not hit all that far, just hit really hard.
Here's the pitch to Walker. That ball's
Oh,
way
my
upstairs. Jeez. So high that he couldn't even advance to second. That ball was headed to the moon.
Yeah, okie dokie then. 1-0 on Ben Walker. Another power on power situation. Let's see how this
Power on
ends.
power.
There we go. So he shoots one solid couple feet over his head, then he fires one in first right.
But that's Duncan just got right back to what he does, which is pound the
Now he's
zone.
got to do that consistently.
Exactly.
1-1. That ball's popped up. Shallow right. It is caught by Vincent Gormley.
Runner
Great
will tag
grab
up.
there. My God.
Runner will tag up and get to third.
It's a nice snag over the shoulder by Vincent Gormley.
It is a great snag, but the runner tagged up.
But you got to take every out you can get right now.
Exactly. That is a tough play, though. All three fielders are colliding, and Gormley hung on to the baseball. What more can you ask?
Batting,
beautiful.
Aaron Smolins.
Let's see if he can prevent a run here. Here's the pitch. Right in there for a strike. Smolins not even thinking about swinging.
Exactly. So it's 0-1 here with 2 outs, and Mahoney has 47 pitches. Remember, that ball slips away, and here comes the runner, no play. 8-2, and the Angels are coming out.
Oh, yeah.
They are exploding on this Orioles team, whether that's hitting the ball, whether that's being patient and having good at-bats, whether that is dominating the mound for Ben Walker. Right now, they are all over this Orioles club, but the Orioles have a chance to come back.
Bounces this one right side. Gormley, gloves, throws. Close, and he is safe. Aaron Smolins busted it down the first base line and beats it out. Last season in the Orioles-Angels championship game, the Orioles mercied the Angels. The Angels want revenge, and they are showing it.
Exactly. And right now, Duncan Mahoney is a little bit phased. I'm not going to lie. He's a bit phased by what's going on.
Yelling into his glove.
But he's the type of dude that when he turns it around, the whole team will follow in his footsteps. He's a great pitcher and great hitter. So the mercy rule is if one team is ahead of the other by 10 runs in the 4th inning or later.
Is it in or after the 4th?
In or after.
Okay.
So what that means is the team that is down by 10 has to get their 4th inning at bat. So for the Orioles, if the Angels were to get 4 more runs and then the Orioles were to not score in the 4th, it would be over. However, I don't think that's likely to happen.
I mean, you never know. I I mean, for those who saw the game, the Orioles came back. I know we're going to bring that up a lot. But, I mean, it's true. A 7-run comeback with 2 outs remaining? That's unheard of. So it just shows that these guys never give up on each other. They don't get down on each other. They have life till the very last out, till the very last call. So you can never count the O's out.
Exactly, and that's something that despite being down, they're not out, and they know that.
They're never out. So Evan Watson has moved into the 5 spot instead of Augie Abrams.
Little conversation between Mahoney and the first base umpire. He's shaking his head in disbelief about that last call, but he'll have to turn the page and move on.
Umping first is Rich Burris. He is a character, my friend. He is a character of an umpire.
I love Rich.
Watson just wants to hit, awaiting that moment. All the Orioles fielders waiting on their chance to get this game going again.
I gave him the ultimatum. I said, this is the reality.
The wind has picked up.
For our pitcher leaving, do I have
McCormick having a nice talk with Dave Eby.
Okay.
So, 2 outs here, a little conversation.
Okay, so
Between
Watson
fielders.
is now back in the dugout. He was hitting for Abrams. At least it appeared that way. Now Abrams is out with a bat and ready to hopefully knock someone in for the Angels.
Well, I think that this game needs to get moving.
It really does. It's already been a long enough game for the O's. They don't want it to be longer. They want to get on the offensive end, get some runs in.
And it's so an 8-2 score in the bottom of the 3rd inning with 2 outs. The Angels on top of the Orioles. And who's up to bat, Chuck?
Augie Abrams. He's already made an at-bat against the still in there Duncan Mahoney.
Now batting is number 7, Augie Abrams.
Strike. It's 0-1. Augie, little guy, not too little. He's got some talent, man. I mean, he can play.
Mahoney's got 50 pitches. Charlie, if they take Mahoney out, who would be the next pitcher available as Forrest is already burned?
I mean, they might go to Cole Thompson. Cole, he can get it in there. I mean, he's got a nice stroke. He's got a nice wind-up delivery. He's able to throw strikes, so he might be next in line for the O's.
Yes. So 1 and 2 here on Augie. That ball's way upstairs,
Also
but a
could be
nice
DJ
stop.
Bevan.
And the runner's safe.
DJ Bevan has started pitching a little more this year, so he could be on deck.
So 2 deuces are wild, 2-2, 2 outs, and 2 for the Orioles.
Missed high again, the count goes full. Mahoney just wants to get out of this inning.
3 and 2, 2 outs now. Mahoney looks in and deals a ball.
The Angels looking to further the damage. The O's just want to get through this inning, and Dave Eby's going to have a talk with Duncan Mahoney. Really having a rough time and showing it. Showing all the emotion going on there. Kevin Smith having a talk with Duncan. And I really understand where Duncan's coming from. It's so frustrating, and sometimes there's really nothing you feel you can do except just let it go and just yell things, and that's going to get you in trouble. And it's hard. It's so frustrating, but that's just the game, at least at this level.
Exactly.
You just can't do that. You got to be able to contain it. So.
What did we say, Charlie? Last night took an L.
Oh my God.
But tonight, bounce back. And it's so true. You have to be able, You
It
have
is
to
true.
have that ability to bounce back. So that's it for Duncan Mahoney. And now, let's see who we have coming to the bump. Mahoney will,
It looks like Theo Smith might be coming in.
Theo Smith. Mahoney will go to the base of first.
He trades gloves with Theo. Smith gives him the first base glove. Mahoney really upset with himself. Keeps covering his mouth. So
here's
Theo will try to work the O's out of this one. Dominic Caspian awaiting his turn to hit.
So
Wants
Theo
to get in on
Smith
this hit parade.
isn't necessarily a power pitcher, Chuck, but he does throw a lot of strikes.
He gets the job done.
Exactly. Throws a lot of strikes, and he induces, when he's effective, he induces ground balls. That's when you know he's going good, when guys are rolling over, righties are rolling over to third, lefties to first. That's when you know he's on top of his game.
Oh, yeah.
When he's not, guys are going, left center alley, down the left field line. They're elevating when they're going well. And you could say that that's true for all pitchers, but not really. Some pitchers, when they're effective, guys are hitting pop-ups or striking out, but when Smith is effective, it's ground ball city for the other team.
Oh, yeah. And it's really nice having a ground ball pitcher because, yes, the pop-ups are nice and all that, but ground balls are where the double plays
Now pitching
are
for
at.
the Orioles,
Exactly.
number 1.
And so
Theo Smith.
if you need someone to come in with a runaround
Batting
first,
for the
in a
Angels,
very
number
tight
8.
situation, you need a double play. Here's your guy. Theo Smith will get him to roll over 1-2 out of the inning.
Also,
Dominic
Charlie,
Caspian.
There's only one time in baseball when somebody hits a ground ball double without an error, and that's down the line.
Yeah. Right
Fly
down
balls,
this line.
fly balls and line drives, you could have home runs,
Yeah.
singles, doubles, triples, but ground balls, rarely do you see that. Who's stepping in the box, Chuck?
Dominic Caspian, he's done a lot of catching today, done a pretty good job behind the dish. You got to give it to him. EB talking it over with the Orioles dugout and head coach Kevin Smith. Caspian just wants to hit, taking about
30.
going on 800 practice swings. He's ready. You know he's ready. All right, EB is en route back to home plate.
It's an 8-2 game, folks, who are just joining us in the bottom of the third inning. The Angels on top of the Orioles in the Santa Monica Little League Major Championship. My partner is Charlie Hobert. I'm Aaron Goldstein, and here's the pitch from Smith. Fastball right in there for strike one. This is a pitcher he's looking that the big lefty's looking to drive off of. And that ball just drilled him, and he'll take his base. So bases loaded. On the second pitch, he clubs him in the leg. What's going through Smith's head right now?
Get me out of here. No, not that. Just let's get through this inning. We gotta.
Now batting, number 3.
Not only do we have to get
Clyde
through this inning,
Applegate.
but we gotta get through this inning without allowing any more runs.
Charlie, look at the palm trees. Look at the view. It doesn't get any better than this in Santa Monica. As that ball skips away from the catcher, play at the plate, he's safe. Unbelievable.
Angels
9-2.
tack on another 3 more runs, and they could be facing mercy rule. It is the bottom of the third, so we will go to the top of the fourth next. Angels put up 3 more, say they do. They go to the fourth. If the O's don't score, that's it. That's ball game.
Exactly. 9-2. Here's the pitch, and that ball's upstairs. So Smith, usually a strike-throwing machine, is having a lot of trouble. First, he hits a batter, then the ball gets away from the catcher. Now, 2-1.
1-1. Is it?
2-1,
2-1.
I think.
Who knows at this point?
So, Smith deals. And that ball is cut on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runs for the Orioles. The deuces are again wild. 2 runners on base.
Almost got him again. Smith, nice and easy, really not trying to do too much. Just get it in there. That's all they need to do right now. Clyde Applegate is now in. How about that last name? Applegate.
Great at bat by Clyde.
Ball 4 from Clyde Applegate. I'm going to say that name so many times. Applegate.
Great
It's like
at
a
bat.
gate made of apples.
All right, Charlie.
I'm excited.
So
we got bases loaded here.
And Matthew Santoro.
Santoro's coming to bat.
These names are so cool.
Matthew Santoro.
He takes a strike from Theo Smith. Santoro wearing the number 6. Takes a ball away.
Smith struggling a lot with his control, with the hit batter, the wild pitch, and then the walk. Here's a pitch. The ball's cut on and missed. The ball gets away,
No
but the runner
runners.
will hold. So Smith hoping to get out of this inning with minimal damage, but the Orioles have their work cut out for them at the plate, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Got him! Beautiful pitch from Smith.
And the inning will come to a close. But not before the Angels keep it going, and they lead it by 7.
After 3,
After
ladies and
3,
gentlemen,
we're going to the
Angels
4th.
9, Orioles 2. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out to Championship Saturday for Santa Monica Little League.
So, in Ben's place, on the Angels,
All right, so Walker's
Pitching
day
for the Angels,
is
number
done.
10, Brendan McCormick.
Number 10, Brandon McCormick in now.
Catching is number 5, Dylan Walker.
Looking to get through these last few innings.
And Dylan Walker will be behind the plate. I do not see Ben Walker.
Has Ben left the
Ben
building?
must have left.
Ben left to go be in West Side Story, but he did his job.
He did his job for sure, Charlie.
Maybe not at the plate. 0 for 3 is frustrating, but on the bump, you bet.
Exactly, and technically it's 0 for 2 because he did have that sacrifice fly. That also does not count as an at-bat. But McCormick shut down mostly what is a very difficult and depthy lineup.
So let's see what Little Pete does against the O's. Thought I'd give it a go. It wasn't that bad. All right. Okay, get out of here. Cole Thompson is going to get things going here in the 4th. Oh, I thought we were going. Okay, so that warm-ups will continue. Augie Abrams is in at the hot corner. Caspian's in at first. Walker's behind the dish. Dylan Walker, that is. Ben Walker is our singing and dancing.
So, Charlie, the Orioles are down 7 runs, but never count them out. They have a deep order. Walker is out of the game. McCormick is very effective, but they can come back.
They got 7, 8, and 9 due up. So more subs are being made as EB is alerting the scorebook of that.
So just to keep the fans updated, if the Orioles are held scoreless and the Angels score 3 runs in the bottom half of the 4th inning,
it is over.
The game is over.
So all they got to do is hold them here, put up
Now
3.
for the Orioles,
It's no
number
easy
4,
task,
Cole
though.
Thompson.
The Orioles, it may sound ridiculous, but they're in this. They really are. Walker's out. They got their starter out of there. Let's see how McCormick fares. First pitch to Thompson. Here he comes.
McCormick will not mess around. He's going to pound the zone.
Oh, yeah.
Coming from the right side. Doesn't throw very hard, but he will not let guys beat him without earning it.
Thompson, left side, gets stopped short. Here's the throw, not nearly in time. And Thompson's got his second single of the day.
Good piece by Thompson. He stayed on the ball, ripped it to short. Nice diving attempt.
Oh, yeah.
But it was not enough.
So it's Theo Smith now digging in. That's what I like
Now
about the
batting
Angels.
number
That's what I
1, Theo
respect.
Smith.
Even though they're up by a lot, you still got to give full effort on every play, okay?
Exactly.
It's not over. You can't stop trying just because you're up by much. All right, so here's Smith. He shoots that one up the middle. Great stop by McCormick. They got him at 2. Smith is in at 1. Nice stop by Brendan McCormick on the hill.
Unbelievable.
That is a pitcher who's fielding his position well.
Exactly. And that ball was a bullet by Smith, and it was a great play by McCormick to get the out.
So Jasper Ford is now in for Wyatt Pierce. Hoping to get something going with one away here.
So McCormick, he is throwing strikes. They are hitting it. So we'll see if that keeps up as
Batting is number 11, Jasper Ford.
fouls it off to the right side. Ford looked tardy to the party on that swing.
That rhymed.
That was intentional.
I know. Here comes the 0-1 to Jasper Ford.
That was a good pitch by McCormick. Come inside, back off my plate. Now he's going to use the outer half.
Here comes the 1-1. He's setting up down the heart. He goes inside on him again.
Exactly. And he was frozen.
So now he's ahead, 1 ball to 2 strikes. See if he can put him away here. Swing and a miss.
Beautiful
Down he
pitch
goes.
by McCormick.
The Angels bench loving every moment of this.
So 2 outs now.
Back to the top, Vincent Gormley.
Top of the order.
What a season
Batting is
it
number
has
5,
been.
Vincent Gorman.
What an unbelievable season this has been. But the Orioles are still very much in this
Oh,
game.
the Orioles are very much in it as that ball's hit pretty well, actually, left field. It's going to drop in foul ground.
Got to lay out for that.
Aaron Smollins.
Hey, Ron, lay out for that. That's a tough play, but you got to get McCormick out of the inning and into the dugout so he can hit.
That ball's up, and it is 1-1.
McCormick's repping those high socks. I appreciate that.
Much appreciated, Brendan McCormick. Okay, 1-1. In the dirt, nice stop behind the dish.
Beautiful stop.
Dylan Walker.
Please.
We've seen some pretty good catching today, haven't we, Aaron?
Awesome catching.
Seriously.
Minors and majors.
2-1. Shoots it, left side. Abrams stops it. That won't be enough. The high throw is a nice grab by Dominic Caspian. The Orioles got 2 runners on. Who said it was over?
Exactly.
I didn't say it was over. Declan Forrest now. No, Declan Forrest is going to be coming
Now batting,
out. He's being
number
pinch hit
12,
for.
Oliver Mather.
Oliver Mather is now entering the ball game. Let's see how this guy fares. He's rocking the rec specs. Hopefully the rec specs can give him some good luck.
Oh, is inside.
Close call, but he gets it. So it's 1-0.
Oliver played in the minors last year. Now he's in the big show.
The big leagues.
Looks at his strike.
Takes
Ball
one.
gets
And the ball's
tangled
flying
up
all over the
and
place.
under
Smith
Evie.
stays at second. Walker was turning every direction. He could not find it. Then he looked down.
This
There
is
it was.
a big spot. Let's see if he can capitalize right here with 2 outs. Check swing. Did he go? He did.
He fouled it off.
Fouled it off. Got a piece. Just like that, it's 1 and 2.
McCormick is 1 strike away. Drop third could come into play, though, if he ends up striking out. 2-2. You know, with the drop third, with 2 outs, it's active no matter who's where. So if the runner is on first, it's still in play. Here comes the 2-2. Missed him high.
Just high. That was high by about an inch, but great patience.
Very good patience indeed. And Kevin Smith wants to have a chat with Oliver.
Kevin has done a great job with this Orioles team, leading them this far.
Giving him some words of wisdom. He's got it. All right, so we are ready. Duncan Mahoney awaits on deck, hoping to get an at-bat. Here he comes. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And here comes Duncan. I think, yeah, here comes Duncan. So Smith gonna have a chat with Evie, another sub being made. Duncan Mahoney. I mean, potentially, with 1 swing, could make it a 3-run game. There is that chance. And the pinch runner's
Number
gonna
8,
be
Cam
coming on.
Cohan, coming in as a pinch runner. Now batting for the Orioles.
Cameron Cohen
Number 9,
coming in.
Duncan
Oliver
Mahoney.
Mather. Oliver does his job, gets aboard, loads the bases up, and now we're going to put some speed on the bag, says Kevin Smith.
Exactly. Oliver had a great at-bat there, battled on some tough pitches, saw some difficult pitches, and he's bringing up the boomer, the big boomer with the big stick, Duncan Mahoney.
All right, so McCormick is ready to face Duncan.
Duncan trying to redeem himself.
You can see it.
He had a good day at the plate, but he is really looking to capitalize off McCormick here. This is why baseball is fun.
This is a big spot. You can't overswing here. If you get your pitch, you gotta have a nice, easy swing and just drive it. Do not think about it too much. Here's the first. Missed him low. Good job not to chase. I know it may be hard for Mahoney.
Exactly. He's anticipating. He just wants to
He
drill
wants to
this
hit.
ball onto Olympic Boulevard. He is staying back.
Here he comes, 1-0. That ball's hit left field. He crushed it, but it was foul. And Mahoney.
He was way
Got a
early
1-1
on that
count.
one, Chuck. He was ready to send that one to the ocean. Here's the 1-1 pitch.
Let's see what Mahoney does with it. In the
In
dirt.
the dirt. Good
Dylan Walker doing
patience.
a good job behind the dish, not letting any runners score. Because
Mahoney
Smith will
almost
score on a pass ball.
sent that last one to the sea out here in Santa Monica, but went foul. And he swings and misses. It's a foul tip.
Big cut there from Duncan.
So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 3 runners on base, pardon me. And the Orioles have 2 looking to add to that lead
Here he
with
comes.
Mahoney.
In the dirt. Really good at bat from Mahoney. Swinging at the pitches he likes and really laying off the ones he doesn't need.
Exactly. This is a huge at bat
This is a huge at
for
bat.
the O's.
McCormick is set. Here's the windup and the pitch. He fouls it off. Mahoney. having a conversation with someone on the bleachers.
So, this is a great battle between two great players.
Here comes
3-2.
the 3-2. Swing and a miss. It got by him, though. Throws to first. Nobody's moving.
Oh!
Nobody's moving. One run's going to score. What is happening? Gormley's in. That was the most confusing play. Mahoney's on the ground. He's hurt.
So, here's what people don't understand. In that
Please explain.
situation, on a drop third strike, you can touch the plate. And that would be the end of it, but instead the catcher decides to throw to first.
Here's what I think was going on in the mind of the players. They think drop third strike. There's a runner on first. Oh,
And
Evie is not happy.
Evie is confronting the Angels players. The
Angels fans.
Pardon me. Duncan Mahoney
So here's
struck out and got to first. Now he's injured. 2-run score. This is the most bizarre play we have seen.
seriously. So all the fans think he stepped on home. From my angle, from what I saw, he did not touch home plate.
First of all,
So
beautiful job by McCormick to strike out Mahoney. Second of all, the catcher, I don't know what he was thinking.
He didn't touch home. I don't think he knew that was a rule. And I don't think anyone on the bases knew drop third comes into play with 2 outs no matter what. Everyone kind of just stopped and was looking around like, what's going on?
Exactly.
The Duncan's busted down first base, and they're just standing around saying, what's happening? Throw goes into right. Both runs score.
What about
Cohen's at second. Mahoney's on the ground at first. Walker didn't touch home. Everything happened on that play.
Nelly.
Wow.
Oh, Nelly is all I can say. to
Oh,
that.
Nelly. So Bevan is getting ready to hit.
And Mahoney
Duncan
is being carted off the field.
cannot. He's walking off under his own power. That does not look good for the Orioles, though. They could use him.
Yep, and they're getting a pinch runner. Who's coming in to pinch run? Number 3.
Clyde Applegate. No, I'm kidding. I wish. I love Clyde Applegate. Declan Forrest is coming, and he was subbed out for Oliver Mather. So I think we are almost ready to go. Dave Eby chatting with Henry Smith. And it's going to be DJ Bevan at the plate in a big spot.
4-2 game. Now it's only a 5-run deficit.
It's definitely not over. I mean, they are so in this.
All right, so who's out of the lineup for the
Okay.
Angels just now should be
So the Angels fans have been warned. They might be more into this than some of the players are.
Exactly, but hey, they were livid after that call. They thought he touched
They
the
thought he
plate.
touched home. I didn't think he touched home. Not from my angle.
That was a bizarre play if I've ever seen one. And
Seriously, man.
now it's time for Dave Eby to clear things up and clean home plate.
Holy moly. Okay. So Eby will meet with both managers. Is it me, or is this game taking a lot of pauses?
It is taking a lot of pauses, but it's beautiful.
It is. This is one great game, man.
.4:19 p.m. on the coast.
All right.
So
Okay, so
the pinch
Declan
runner will have
Forrest
to
is coming
exit,
out.
and number 2 will pinch run.
Wyatt Piers.
So number 2, Wyatt Peach will be in.
So McCormick has gotten 4 outs in this inning, and they've made an error. He's really doing his job. The defense isn't really doing theirs.
I mean, not this inning at least. Throughout the game, they've been pretty good.
Yes.
This inning, I don't know what's happening, man.
The Orioles are due for a base hit.
Okay. I think we're
Batting
ready to go
number
now.
10 For the
Eby
Orioles, DJ Bevan.
resets his counter. Mask goes on, and we are ready to play some ball. So Bevan has got a man on first, got a man on second. 2 away, down by 5. Here comes McCormick's first. In the dirt, Evie with a nice stop behind the plate. And it is 1-0.
So McCormick has had some pauses this inning, lack of fielding, confusion, but he just needs to go back to what he's doing, and that's pounding the zone, just as he did to strike out Mahoney.
Falls behind here, though. 2 balls to no strikes. Dominic Areola's due up next. That ball's bounced. Second, big opportunity. He's out at second, and they get out of it.
Unbelievable job by McCormick.
Wow.
Was faced with everything. They threw at him everything. An error by the third baseman, confusion, bases loaded jam against one of the top hitters in the league. A long pause in the game, and all he did...
The O's get 4, and Eby wants this game to get going. He's saying, move, move. You can do your meeting later. Let's play ball.
Exactly. So, we're in the bottom of the 4th inning with a 9-4 score in favor of
the
Angels.
Oh, yes.
And Mr. Smith is on the bump now.
So Theo Smith, his job right now, it doesn't matter how he does it, how long it takes him, just don't let
Ladies
them
and gentlemen,
score
remember
anymore.
we have fall ball coming up
Exactly.
in just a few months. 2 more weeks, early bird rate, smll.com. Register for fall ball.
I don't know if you heard that, but what he said was, fall ball is coming up, guys. Sign up, get your kids out here, let's play some ball in the fall.
That rhymed.
I did that on
was pretty
purpose.
I doubt that.
Okay, so Cole Thompson has moved to second base. Vincent Gormley's moved to the left side of the infield. DJ Bevan also on the left side.
Who else is there available to pitch for the Orioles? I feel like Theo Smith is their ticket.
I mean,
They don't
I'm
have
not
a
sure.
plan B right now. They
They're on
really
plan
do not.
freaking 6.
So Mahoney is injured. He's out of the game. The Orioles are really, as Charlie just pointed out, on their last leg. So Smith has 12 pitches. He'll be looking to make quick work of the Angel bats, but that's a tough task considering they already have 9 runs.
Oh, yeah.
But the big news out of that inning was the 2 runs the Orioles scored and the loss of
Pitching
Mahoney.
for the Orioles, number
I mean, the
1,
loss of
Theo Smith.
Mahoney.
Catching, number 7, Dominic Areola.
That's harsh, man. That's harsh.
We never really addressed that, Chuck. What happened to Mahoney?
My mind was on third, wherever the runner was. My assumption would be he either jammed his leg on first or pulled something, or I don't know.
Collided with the first baseman.
Something along those lines.
Batting for the Angels, number 9, Marco Caspian.
Marco Caspian due up.
Caspio coming to bat, number 9 in the right side. So if the Angels, and this is a tall task, score 5 runs, the game's over due to mercy.
Oh, yeah.
If not, we keep going.
So Smith, all he's got to do right now, throw strikes, get outs, but most importantly, don't give up runs.
Exactly, Chuck.
He delivers a 1-0. Missed some high.
See, Smith ran into some trouble last inning because he was wild. Hit a batter, walk, wild pitches. He
Call
has to throw
strike.
strikes for them to even have a chance in this game.
Smith sets and deals. Look what I found. He smacks it right back to Theo Smith. He makes the grab, and there's 1 down.
That just shows the athleticism of the young but great Theo Smith as McCormick comes up representing the top of the order. Coming off the mound,
Batting is number
ranging
10,
to
Brendan
his left
McCormick.
and making a great catch.
So let's see how he does against the other pitcher, Brendan McCormick. Well, he starts out with a strike. 0-1. That one's in the dirt. And the count moves to 1 ball, 1 strike. McCormick.
You go ahead. McCormick has had a great eye throughout this game. He's walked 3 times. He's a very patient hitter, but if you throw him a strike, he will be ready.
Missed away, 2-1. McCormick has walked 3 times today, 4 times today. He's walked a bunch. He's gotten on base a lot. That's all he's asked to do is he fouls that one back, and the count is even at 2-2. Big strike for Theo Smith. You don't want to fall behind 3-1.
Correct. So 2-2 here. Smith is looking to throw a strike with the fastball, and he does, and McCormick misses. Wild. Ball gets away from the catcher, but they got him.
Thompson at first to make the play.
So 2 outs.
Make the catch, so there's 2 away, yes.
Theo makes quick work of McCormick.
And it's Dylan Walker.
Now batting number 5, Dylan Walker.
1 big hit. A homer here. I'm not saying it will happen, but a homer could be the dagger. Missed him away. 1 ball, no strikes.
So Theo looks great to me. He's pounding the zone. At the beginning, he ran into some trouble, but as that one is a strike. He's a consistent pitcher, and as we were talking about, when he's going well, he's pounding the zone, hitting his spots, and just doing what he does.
That ball's hit sky high, left side, and that's gonna get out of play. Just hope it doesn't hit a car. It's dangerous parking near Memorial. Broken windshields, dents in your cars. Gotta be careful. Choose wisely where you park.
Exactly.
My suggestion is behind the snack bar.
1-2, swing and a miss, and just like that.
That might be the momentum they needed.
Exactly.
A 1-2-3 inning, a fast inning. That could get it going from. Due up is Dominic Ariola, George Harris, and Cole
Ladies and
Thompson.
gentlemen, after 4, we have the score. Angels 9, Orioles
And
4.
there's a new pitcher, I feel.
This is now the official top of the 5th inning stretch. Everybody have
Top
a
of the 5th
we're
inning.
gonna
moment, take a moment, stand up, stretch
We're
those arms and
stretching
legs.
here
Get the blood flowing.
at Memorial.
So we're going to take a.
Sign up for fall ball while you're at it.
It's a little
Pull out those
stretch.
mobile phones.
We'll take a quick break.
We'll take a quick break, yeah.
We'll be right back.
Let's hear it for these players, ladies and gentlemen. East champions, West champions, battling it out.
Dave, I'm mistaken. I made a mistake. He's actually going to go
So the new pitcher on the bump for the Angels is going to be Evan Watson. Saw a little bit of what he could do last season. This guy throws hard. And if he throws strikes, that's going to be trouble for the Orioles. The Orioles have Dominic Ariola leading off, and they really need him to do something to get this inning going. The O's really need to get on their horse, start getting some hits, start getting on base, most importantly, start scoring runs.
Exactly, Chuck. But this is a tough pitcher to do it against.
Oh, yeah. As long as Watson can throw strikes, it's going to be trouble for the O's.
A power pitcher, just like Walker was at the beginning of the game. Just a power arm, plus arm. Throws decent speed. There's Smith out there.
Jackie
in center
Perez out
field.
in center.
Excuse me, Perez.
Watson has a quick chat with his manager, and I believe we are ready to go. A couple of throws more. And Dominic Ariola will
Charlie,
be
let's
the batter.
reiterate the road to the playoffs, the road to the championship for both teams. So the Angels, they just won 3 straight. They're just on a tear. And the Orioles,
It was do
had-
or die time.
the Orioles were down, 8-1. And they came all the way back in the last inning. So they know all too well that they have the ability to come back from a large deficit. They've done it before, and they feel that they can do it again. But the big story from today is that Duncan Mahoney
Now pitching for the Angels,
is
number
out
12.
for the remainder of the
Evan
game. That could
Watson
be
catching,
detrimental to
number
their
5.
chances.
It really could.
Dylan
And to
Walker
come back, I mean,
batting
to do it once
for the
is
Orioles.
unreal. But
Number
to do it
7,
twice, that's a miracle.
Dominic Ariola.
Can they make a miracle happen?
We will see.
We're going to find out. Let's find out. Dominic Ariola is going to get things going for the O's. Hopefully in a big way. Evan Watson is set, and he deals. Right in there for a strike.
That's why I love them putting in McCormick, because you got a power pitcher in Walker, then you got a slower pitcher but still very effective in McCormick, and then you bring in another power pitcher. The Orioles hitters, as it's 0-2 now on Dom, they just don't know what to do.
Yeah. I mean, Peter McCormick has done a very good job mixing up his pitchers, throwing different things at them.
He's a spectacular manager, just what he's done with this team to bring them all the way here, setting them up for success. He's got a dynamite infield, a dangerous lineup, and
great rotation.
An amazing rotation.
1-2, swing and a miss. It gets by him though. Is this going to happen again? Get out of town. How many times do you see us drop third strike in a game? Apparently twice.
Unreal.
Again, it doesn't matter how you get on, just get
exactly.
on.
Sometimes you hit a bullet and you get out, they rob you, and other times
Now batting number 8.
You'll strike out.
You miss, but you get on base, and that's really all that matters.
Dylan Walker's got to start keeping the ball in front of him if he wants the Orioles to not get on base on what should be outs.
So Charlie,
I mean, Walker has done, sorry to cut you off, but Walker has done a tremendous job behind the plate all game. He's just got to start keeping the ball in front of him.
Exactly. He's got to learn to block the ball. But something, just a baseball note, analytics are essential to the game today. And the man who thought about all the analytics, the man who was the original, the OG at using analytics was Billy Bean. And what he said is if you can get on base, I don't care how you're doing it, you're on my team.
Yeah, we're going to win games.
And he built teams with guys that nobody had ever heard of, and they and with a minimal salary, and they just won games. Those early Oakland
Pinch
A's
running,
teams, I'm
number
talking
6,
about
George Harris.
2005, 6, 7. Those teams just won.
So Ariola's off the bases. George Harris is pinch running. And now
that's a beautiful pitch right there, as the fans were just screaming. A fastball inside, jammed his bat, and he likes to keep the bat out there, so that's a pitch that'll be tough for him to hit. Going right back to it.
Cameron Cohen has fallen behind 0-2. Got to at least battle up here. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Almost got him.
Beautiful pitch. Beautiful pitch, because now that sets up the off speed or the fastball away. He backed up on the plate, and he got. Oh, stayed alive right there.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Cohen. Holds the bat way out over the plate. Swing and a miss.
He's gone.
My God.
And that's just what I was talking about earlier. Yeah, he fouled that other one off, but there's nothing you can do as a hitter. You can't be mad at yourself for that. That's just
now batting number 4, Cole
pitching.
Thompson.
It really is. All right, Thompson is now in, trying to keep the inning going for the Orioles in a positive light. Can he do it? Here's the first pitch. He misses high. Even if Thompson walks, they just got to get on base. Theo Smith then will bat. Then it's number 9, and then it's number 1 again. They got to get to the top of the order. Thompson takes a strike. It gets by him, though, and that's going to allow Harris to get to second.
But if you're the Angels, you shouldn't be having your head down. You're playing a spectacular game. Just worry about the next one. 1 ball gets away, that's all right, because it's...
Ooh.
That ball's up, so it's 2-1. But I really like what he's doing here. He's pounding the zone. He's throwing it up and in. A lot of guys are scared to do that because they don't want to hit the other batter, but you get them worried, then you go back to the pound, and there's just nothing you can do about it. Just blew a fastball right by him at 98.
I mean, Watson's got great control of that inside pitch. He knows how to not hit guys. 2-2. Thompson does a good job of fouling it off and staying alive.
Exactly.
Thompson with 2 strikes on him, trying to battle up.
Exactly. One out here, he's not trying to get the runner over, he's trying to get the runner in. And he takes another
It's a close
bullet
pitch.
fastball. I
Close
really
pitch with a good take.
like the Angels' philosophy on pitching. You pound it in the zone. Walker was doing it earlier. McCormick did it as the 3-2 pitch is taken away.
Good at bat by Cole Thompson.
Great at bat, but what I like about their whole philosophy is that you pound the ball in and then you can either keep going in or go away. It's just tough to hit.
All right, so it's going to be
Now
Theo
batting,
Smith.
number 1.
Try to not only get the runners over, but become one of those
Number
runners,
1.
and that would be great for the O's. Load the
Exactly.
bases up, get that tying run to the plate. Get him there. Just make sure you're within striking distance, and that ball's hit to the right side. It's going to get down. Do they have 2? No. Do they have 1? Yes.
A nice
So he
play
does
there.
move the runners over. Not exactly what he was hoping for in a game like this, though.
Yes. People say, well, at least you moved the runner over. And what I respond to that is, why would you move him over if you could
Now batting,
Score
number
him.
11,
or
Jasper
score yourself?
Ford.
So Jasper Ford now up to try and make some magic happen, get the run home, get the run home. Taken low.
Folks,
Or just keep the inning going. His goal is to keep the inning going no matter how he does it. Not necessarily score the run, but keep the inning going.
here's a pitch. That ball's in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Folks, for an update in the MLB, the Dodgers are losing to the Brewers 8-5 in the 5th inning up there in Milwaukee. And here's the pitch. That's another strike. He's just putting on a pitching clinic now.
Now, after Ford, if he gets out, the top of the order is going to lead off the 6th. Well, let's see what he does. Here
1-2.
comes Watson. He hits this ball right side. Caught it first. And they are 3 outs away from a city championship, Aaron.
Exactly. Just beautiful pitching. There's just nothing to say other than complete dominance. That just pounding the ball inside and then keeping the ball away. That's all you could really do. A pop up to first or maybe a hard ground ball to second. That's it. When you're pounding the zone that effectively with that type of control, all the hitters can do is just watch.
Yeah. Honestly, the Angels have played such an amazing game overall. Their pitching has been phenomenal. Their offense, they've been taking advantage of mistakes. And when they don't make mistakes, the Angels are just on top of it, and they're playing good baseball. They're hitting the ball hard. They're just doing everything right today. That loss of Duncan Mahoney is really going to hurt him because the 3 spot is due up next inning, and Duncan's not going to be there.
Exactly.
Unless he pulls a full-blown Kirk Gibson. But, you know, I mean, that's rough. That's rough. All right, Smith is out there to get through the 5th. And like I said in the previous innings, his job is to not let the Angels score. You cannot let them score at this point, especially down by 5.
100% agree with that statement. But Smith he's only thrown 25 pitches. It feels like 50. He's been out there for 2 innings now. This will be his 3rd inning of work. So,
Jack Perez is going to lead things off for the Angels. Hoping to extend the lead, kind of solidify a win.
Pitching for the
I
Orioles,
think
number
a
1,
couple
Theo
runs
Smith,
here,
catching
even
number 10.
maybe one run,
DJ
that could be the
Bevan.
dagger. It depends on
Exactly.
how they
Batting for
get
the
it,
Angels.
but that could be the dagger.
Number 2.
Charlie, just as we
Jack
were talking
Perez.
about in the pregame show, tell us about how momentum has sent these teams to where they are right now.
Momentum, okay. So the Orioles, honestly, I can't imagine they're feeling good, but I don't think they're feeling out, especially after their last game coming back down 7. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Takes outside 2-0. So I can't imagine they feel like it's over, because they know they can come back from a deficit like this as he takes high, and it's 3-0. The Angels, however, 2-0, correction. The Angels, however, haven't lost in the postseason yet.
As that pitch goes in there, 2-1.
They think no one can beat us at this point. They're not going to come back. And with this lead, they got confidence. It's been momentum throughout the game, throughout the playoffs.
Good at bat from Perez, and he walks. They throw over to first just to make sure nothing's doing.
Thompson.
Try the pump fake. That never works.
Never.
And they still has the ball. I mean, really. Okay,
Just
finally
let
they
go of it.
throw it
Okay.
back.
All right.
Here comes double Aaron. Aaron to bat.
Aaron Schmullins. As Smith has a nice talk with his son. The Orioles join him in on the mound.
He's up to 30 pitches now. Is Smith.
But
That
do
is
you take
Theo
him
Smith.
out? I don't think you can take him out now, unless it gets too dangerous.
I don't think so, and I don't think they have another weapon
Yeah.
in that rotation. So I think you give him a couple more batters. If 2 batters get on, that's my limit. I take him out after that, because you can't get to a point. Remember, folks, if the Angels score 5 runs in this inning, it's a mercy.
It's a mercy.
The mercy rule is still in effect even in the 5th inning.
And Smallins is a power hitter here. And Theo Smith, as good of a pitcher he is, he's not one that throws particularly hard.
Exactly.
So, I mean, if Smallins could get a hold of one here.
Exactly, and it looks like Theo is doing all he can, but he's losing a bit of velocity.
As you mentioned, though, he is a ground ball pitcher, and this would not be a bad time for
Catcher's
a double play.
interference right
Catcher's
there.
interference.
See, that's something that I think that all catchers, that should never happen. You should always see where you are in relation to the batter. 1, it's a safety hazard. You could get injured
Yeah.
if the batter's bat just drills you. And 2, your reward for that
Now batting
is
number
they
3,
get
Clyde.
away. That doesn't make any sense.
You don't get anything. You lose something.
Right. So I think that should never happen.
All right, so Clyde Applegate is coming in to hit now.
That almost drilled him.
Almost looked like he swung there.
Did he go around? No, he did not.
Apparently he didn't.
1-0.
Now-
33 pitches for Smith.
I
as
got a little problem
Applegate
here
takes
with
a
this
strike.
positioning. The middle infielders are so far off of second base, there's no chance they're going to be able to turn 2 if hit there.
Exactly. That ball's in the dirt, and it's 2-1.
But
35 pitches for Smith.
There's so much room up the middle. I mean, you got to at least give it a shot at a double play.
I agree. However, I feel like their analytics tell themselves otherwise. The analytics of the Orioles tell them that if they're pitching away, they want to be able to get that ball in between first and second, or between short and third, and that's what they're trying to do. So while I don't agree with it, I understand their perspective, as that's ball 4. Smith has just completely lost his control, ladies and gentlemen. Bases loaded and nobody out. And they're going to leave him in the game. Very interesting call.
Dominic
Here comes Dom.
Caspian.
Dom is looking to break this game open to an extreme extent.
One swing could
Now batting
be
number
the
8,
dagger here.
Dominic Caspian.
Let's see how Smith handles Dominic Caspian.
That's all for Smith, just as we predicted. If 2 batters got on, that would be the end of it for Smith.
The question is it the end of it? Coach Kevin out there. Let's see what the final decision is.
They're going to bring in the big righty.
Theo Smith. They're still out there.
I think they're bringing in Dom.
Might be bringing in Dom, and that's going to be it for Theo Smith.
It's a good performance for Theo. Goes 1 2/3 plus.
And just as you said, Dominic Areola is coming on to try and finish this fifth.
So Dom's another power pitcher. We've had a lot of those today. He throws very hard. His problem can be sometimes his control, but he's a power pitcher.
Now, it's a risky move putting in a guy who might have control issues in a situation like this.
Exactly. But the Orioles feel confident enough in Dom that he can get through this tough situation and strand the bases loaded.
Now pitching.
But the real
the
issue
Orioles,
for the Orioles
number 7,
here, even with the
Dominic
bases loaded and nobody
Areola.
out and a power hitter in up, is they need to bring their bats out right now.
They
because
do. It's not the defense. They can't focus. Okay, it's hard to say they can't focus on the defense, but they need to be laser focused in on their offense. They got to get through this inning, though.
Exactly.
I mean, this is going to be. They can't give up 5 runs.
They're in a tough spot.
They're in
Charlie.
a very tough spot, Aaron.
And the bottom line is that Duncan Mahoney's out, and it's just their offense is like a gaping hole without Mahoney. I feel like.
I mean, he's a big kid. He hits for average. He hits for power. He can just get on.
He's a good base runner.
He's a good base runner. He's long. He's got long strides. And just not having Mahoney in that 3-hole, especially in a crucial situation, it's a killer.
Killer for sure. But they have other guys that can step up, and those guys, you know what they say, the guys who have limited roles, when the big moments come, they're the ones who have to step up. And right now, the Orioles need that if they want to win this game. Well,
all right, here we go. Here's Areola's first pitch.
beautiful pitch. Says here, go hit this inside pitch.
He
And have a
needs
nice
either
day.
a strikeout or a bounce back to the mound. Get the out at home. Just get the out at home.
Infield is in, so a hard ground ball most likely gets through, and a soft ground ball will most likely be an out at home plate.
Good
as
speed
our
on third,
beautiful camera angle shows you that. That ball's fouled back at our faces, and it is 1-2.
Good job by Areola getting ahead in the count. Get 2 strikes on him early. You got to get through this guy.
Exactly. This is a spot where you're looking to drive the ball if you're the hitter.
Ooh,
and
he
he
got
drills him. He is not happy with that. Just drilled him. Looked like it hit him in the arm, and a run will come in. See, I understand if you want to come in and bust somebody inside, but that just went over the line, Charlie. That's just not cool.
Well, I don't think he did it intentionally.
I don't either, but that is a very bad miss for the pitcher.
With 2
Dom.
strikes, too. I mean, that's rough.
Exactly. And I hope that he's okay. He got hit
We've had a
pretty
lot of
good.
hit batters today, you know? Caspian will walk it off.
Got drilled pretty good, but he'll be okay. He's a tough guy over there at first base. He's had some great at-bats. And just like that, it's a 6-run lead, 4 more runs, and we got a mercy.
That's Evan
0 outs.
Watson. Watson, with 1 swing, could put this game to rest.
The winning run, and when I say winning run, I mean the run that would make it a mercy, is at the plate, and there is nobody out.
I mean,
Unbelievable.
they're going to need some magic from the mound here.
We talked about how Dom had struggled with his control. He goes 1-2. I'm thinking, here comes a strike, whether the batter hits it or not, that's up for debate, but he just drills him in the back or in the arm, and it just adds a new dimension. It also, imagine if you're the hitter coming up, your friend, your buddy just got drilled in the arm, and now you got to come up and face this pitcher who's throwing gas.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to do.
Coach Smith looks as though he's giving a pep talk to his players.
You know, people say, let's talk about that Bryce Harper, Mark Melanson fight. Sorry, not Mark Melanson. Bryce Harper, Strickland fight. people say that it was Harper's fault, as, in case you don't know, the two brawled after
They have history.
he hit him, but he just threw a 98-mile-an-hour rock at his back. How does that feel?
Well, when you put it like that.
Well, that's what a baseball is. It's
Yeah.
a 90. It's a rock.
I mean, you got a point there, man.
So here comes
It's going to be Evan Watson.
Watson. Orioles are they're in a hole, Chuck. They are in a hole.
Yeah, a 6-run hole to be exact, with no outs and the bases loaded. I mean,
Bases juiced.
if they want to come back in this game, they got to get no outs and the bases loaded on the offensive end. But first, they got to prevent 4 runs from scoring.
The ducks are on the pond, as they say. Let's just take a moment to admire the beautiful view here.
Little schmoggy, but not too bad.
Just the palm trees, it just creates a Santa Monica vibe. Something that you can't get, in my opinion, anywhere in the country.
Yeah.
This is the best it gets.
Playing some baseball, enjoying a nice day out in the ballpark. George Harris leaves, I assume to go to the bathroom. It's
What is the
normal
delay
leaving
here?
reason. I don't know. I mean, Eby's talking something over with the Angels coaches now. First base on Rich Burris was talking to one of the cameramen.
Look at the view. It's just remarkable.
It is.
Shout out to our camera people. They're spectacular.
Yeah, honestly. Good job with the truck. Good job with the cameras.
Camera, truck, everything. This is a
It's
lot has
much
to
more than
happen.
just us. It's much more than just us.
They don't just put the camera out and then that's it. This is a whole production.
Oh, yeah.
They make it happen.
We got the easy job.
Exactly.
They got the tough part. They got to make it look good.
Exactly.
They're doing just that.
All right, so here comes.
Once again, after a
Batting
nice
is number
pause,
12, Evan Watson.
we're ready to go again. There's our camera people. And Evan Watson. Here's the first pitch. Taken high for a ball. And it's 1-0.
Nice pitch there. Pounding the zone. Just missed a little bit.
Strike in there. That's all he has to do. He's got to do a little more than just throw strikes because Watson's a good hitter. But, I mean, overall, he's just got to throw strikes. That ball's crushed. Left field. You can kiss it goodbye. The Angels have won it on a grand slam to win the city championship. Are you kidding me?
The mercy rule, what are we talking
Watson,
about?
have a day.
The mercy rule is in effect. That ball was absolutely belted.
Bye-bye baseball, Evan Watson. How about that finish?
And what a way to end it. After his friend gets drilled, he comes back and sends one into a limpet.
I mean, that's a frustrating loss for the Orioles, but what a finish for the Angels.
That ball was hit into oblivion.
There was no question about that. Evan Watson just turned on one and smacked it over the wall to give the Angels a mercy rule win.
Charlie, fastball right over the plate.
Wow.
That's what a hitter lives for, about belt high. And let me tell you, he did not miss
He
it.
did not miss it, my friend. What a game. Evan gets a big hug from Coach Peter McCarthy and they take a spell, but it doesn't matter. We're all good. What a game. What a finish.
Unbelievable. So the Orioles are sent back home packing, but let's just take a second to remember that they did have a great season. They fell a lot short today, to say the least. But a great season for them.
The fact that they got here, they lost their first 5, I should say. In the season, they were down by 7 runs with an out in the 6th. The fact that the Orioles got to where they were today is incredible. I mean, they really did play well all season. The Angels, though, I mean, that finish. Mahoney hobbles into the high 5 line. Rough day for the O's, but a great finish for the Halos.
And that's
And
where
what a
it
day
all
with you,
ends.
Aaron. Thank
What
you.
a day with you, Charles.
You're a good man. Thank you to the people in the truck, people on the cameras, all the umps, all the players, all the coaches, all the
Exactly.
fans that came out to watch. It's just been a great day, and it's thanks to you guys.
What a day for baseball, and we thank everyone. Have a safe drive home.
At
And
the end of the-
remember, Santa Monica Little League is where it's at.
all right. See you guys.
See you.